I won't tell. Oh man, I don't know. I just had the Alicia Keys song just stuck with me for some reason. For some reason, that specific song. Oh man. Oh, why are they talking about my Wi-Fi right now? That's crazy. Anyway, before we get into the main event, I'm saying, oh man, this is interesting news. This is interesting news. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Also, press one in the chat if the audio is good. Press one in the chat if the audio is good. Here we go. Adin Ross claims he was intimate with Sexy Red, says he hit her up. Thank you, IP. Thank you, thank you. Just to make, I always got to make sure because this is not like this because I'm using StreamYard. This ain't OBS. Like with OBS, you can literally see your audio level levels and whatnot. StreamYard, you got to be by faith and just hopefully you did the pregame right. They only show you the pregame, and then once you in there, you better hope you're straight. So this is news to me though, because I literally I was gonna do something else. I was gonna do something else, but I saw this. I saw this. I was like, oh, here we go. This is some interesting. I saw two videos. I guess where it's Aiden Ross says he was intimate with Sexy Red, and then another video saying with Sexy Red saying, but how much you gonna leave out the part how much you paid. So this is gonna be interesting because I want to show I want to show people another side of this. When Coach Greg Adams like to say all men pay, right? But what people don't understand, we are in a new market, meaning men have paid for peace leave forever, but now it's out in the open where you got these girls where basically the escorts are now out in the open. The female escorts are now out in the open, whether they be rappers, musicians, female rappers, female musicians, female models, female Instagram thoughts. Now they're just out in the open. This is how much it costs, right? So I believe the days of shaming men for paying for it outright, those days are over. Those days are over because even the women that are involved in the industry, they're not even afraid to say, they're just like, look, this is how much it costs. You know what I mean? So this is what it is right now. And by the way, he said, Aiden and Sexy Red are what's wrong with society. But well, IP, what you got to understand, it's been that way. Now the only problem is now it's out in the open. I've been aware of the dark side. Obviously, once you're a kid, you see certain things. And then once you grow up a little bit, once you hit your teenage years, you're just like, okay, the bad women are here, good women are there. But once the more you get older, the more you realize women operate in a spectrum. So especially in 2024 with the advent of OnlyFans, right? Instagram models, right? You cannot be shocked if you encounter a girl that has used her anatomy to get out of certain binds, to get out of getting arrested, to get out of not paying rent. You cannot be surprised if you encounter a woman. I don't care how regular she look. You cannot be surprised if you encounter a woman in 2024 that has sold her peace leave in one form, one way or the other. It's 2024. It's 2024. You cannot be shocked. So this will be news. There's going to be a lot of Adin Ross fans, people fans of those communities. When you talk about Kai, these people don't understand how the industry works. When you have these male celebrities, what they do, they pay for these girls. That's what they do. That's what they pay. Now, it used to be on the hush hush, but the people that knew already knew what was up. The only difference is now you have female celebrities, female influencers that are basically encouraging this sort of behavior. You know what I mean? So now this is what it is right now. Pyro, what's up, bro? He said, I'm about to bust out laughing. But let's I don't know if I want to play this specific video yet because I'll be going straight into the main event. But you know what? I might let me play. Let me still give it some time before I get right into that subject because I don't know how I want to structure this. I don't know if I want to structure it how if I want to play the video and show Sexy Red's tweet, and then I will give you the master class on the Instagram models, the female rappers, how things work. You know what I mean? So I'll give it a little bit. I'll give it a little bit. But I also want people to understand when we talk about the dark side, right? When Coach Greg Adams will talk about the dark side, or you have people, you got guys on Twitter, Red Pilled Luffy, I believe his name is. These guys, when they talk, or when he talks about the escort pill, like he's talking about like when you talk about Red Pill Luffy, he talks about like the actual escorts and all this stuff, like the real dark side. So I'm gonna bring up his Twitter too, just to show you, because a lot of men don't know about this. Believe it or not, a lot of men do not know about this, and I think I've done a couple videos touching this, but I think we really need to dive into this in terms of what we talk about pay for play, right? And I might even reveal what my actual opinion is on that. Let me see. It's concerning how Sexy Red and Adin Ross have an audience of children. This is true. This is true. This is very that is interesting because I'm talking about we've seen videos of like girls in daycare already singing and dancing to Sexy Red. And we already know Adin Ross's his fan base, what that is. Those are kids. They have children as their fan base. This is very true. So since you're here, we'll play this because I haven't seen this video yet. So I'll most likely come back to it. Powell said, I'm doing well, my brother. It seems that all the women just hive mind all things what 304s do. They do it with female mafia group. I'm gonna get back to that comment and other. I'm gonna get back to that comment in a second. I'm gonna show you a perfect example of that. But let's play the video real quick because I haven't seen it yet. Because I haven't seen this yet.
Huh?
I want to announce something, but I don't know if I should say it.
Say it.
You know, don't you?
Fair use, by the way, fair use. So now the way the video's starting, this seems like this was planned. This seems like this was planned, but anyway.
I did Sexy Red.
Okay. There we go. Some truth. How was it?
It was good. It was really good.
She was throwing it back. You could handle it?
Nah, she was kind of being the dominant one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen it, you seen that tape of hers drop, like it's always a chick that
I jerked off to it, and that's what made me hit her up.
You're lying.
Bruh. Yeah, this seems planned. This seems like a planned thing that him and Sexy Red was like, look, we're gonna go public with this.
No, I'm being for real.
You don't like black girls though.
I do.
I think you're intimidated by black women. I'm serious.
No, I'm not.
You have a Latina fetish, and that's a
Dope. How you know that?
my dude. Huh?
I want to announce something, but I don't know.
So I guess this was the big announcement. But it seems like off the top, it seems like this was planned, but I could be wrong. So this is what I wanted to bring up real quick, because then I saw this video announced with this video with this. So then once that video stopped, this is the tweet that I saw where Sexy Red says, "You paid me to take your virginity, and I did just that." Next. The funny thing is, like, you have the problem is not even just what she just said, it's just when you look at the comments, it's basically women praising Sexy Red for being a prostitute. It's either that or other women just defending Sexy Red in general by saying y'all be getting smashed for free. And basically they're just like I said, pay for like I said, P for P right now, pay for play. Pay for play is mainstream now, even though it's always been there. It's always been there as the undercurrent in the world. But now I think for the first time in probably in, you know, in the first time in our civilization, pay for play is mainstream, meaning it's you can't even avoid it no more. There, I mean, look at only the advent of OnlyFans. Need I say more? You know what I mean? Now it's just straight up pay for play. You know, so now you see this comment is that she just admitted to being a prostitute, a whole mother to a newborn. This is the world that we're living in. It's mainstream now. It's mainstream, you know? But yeah, he said if this is planned, there might be a corn video shoot. Yeah, unfortunately. Then now that's when the tape is going to quote unquote leak. You know what I mean? Since they're both public figures. But let me address this thing when he's talking about when Pyro is talking about being a hive mind. This is why I always tell people you can't like me personally, you can't take what women say, especially when women start doing certain things personally. You can't do it personally because they're very hive-minded people. So growing up, right? Even though I had problems with all types of people, black, white, Hispanic, right, Asian, man, woman. I like when I was a kid, I had problems with all people, right? But I a lot of my ops were not really women. It would be men. And what would happen is whatever dude that was making fun of me or a group of dudes that was making fun of me, the woman would just follow up behind. Right? I got two examples to bring up for this. Right? So when you talk about the hive mind, right? Women are just going to follow with whoever has the power, whoever's the more popular. So I always say, if you see like a group of women laughing at you and doing all this stuff, that's not something I took seriously. I would always blame it on the dude. Right. And I would just be like, well, if he didn't instigate it, then I wouldn't have these girls laughing at me. This is how it works. So most like when you talk about that show, I'm gonna bring up something for you real quick. I don't know if you know the balloon segment the video that it's been going viral. It's been going viral. That show called Pop the Balloon, where you got all these women with the balloon and a man comes in and to reject the man, they all pop the balloon. And what people don't understand is like, people are like, man, these women are terrible. But what people don't understand is it's they're the girls are looking at each other before they even pop the balloon to see if they're gonna each pop the balloon. This is why when women complain about the dating market, or when they complain about, man, why is it the man that I find he has like all these women, is because it's already more women than men in general, right? Then on top of that, you got to take account, oh, is he gay? So then you got to take those guys out. Or does he wear this type of clothing? Okay, you got to take. Is he popular? No, you got to take these guys. Does he play? Is he oh, is he short? Is he tall? Okay, no short men. Okay, now you just eliminated 80% of the pool. Now you have a small segment of men who will pass the girlfriend test, meaning she brings the guy around the girlfriends and all the girlfriends approve. It's a small men that qualify for that. So you cannot be surprised as a woman if you find a dude that you think is perfect or a dream dude physically wise, and you can't expect exclusivity from this guy. It's literally it's one man to 100 women if he's that guy. It's literally one man to probably even 1,000 women, where basically all the women want him. So it's unfair for that woman to even ask for exclusivity from your basic ass. Like, what makes you that special that he needs to be exclusive to you? Where basically it's literally 100 women. It's like literally 100, and especially if you're in the black community, it's literally one dude to like 35. If you're a straight heterosexual black man, is one man to 36 women. So it's so to ask exclusivity is basically that. I think in 2024 we got to be past that. Sorry, ladies. Sorry, ladies, for that one. And that's not men's fault. That's you created this dating market. So let me see. Let me bring up an example, right? So here we got a pop the balloon segment. All right. So what people don't understand is before they make a selection, they're not even looking at the dude really. They're not, some of them are making snap judgments, but most of them, they're looking around at each other as ladies before they pop the balloon. Let's use this as an example real quick.
The balloon to reject the guy.
Okay, our next single guy, come on out. Right on over here. Have you hold this. Okay, and if we can have your name.
My name is Jeremy.
Now only one girl ended up holding the balloon.
And how old are you, Jeremy?
I'm 27.
27. Okay, what do you do?
So I just graduated law school. So
Oh.
I just got hired for Dora Legal Services.
Congratulations.
Check me out.
That's what the dating pool is like, right? So I don't know if they've ever brought out a man where all the women held their balloon. I don't know. Because I keep seeing these clips and it'll be like all these ladies, they all pop the balloon. All of it. You know what I mean? And without even hearing what he has to say, it don't matter if the man tall. Well, yeah, like even it, like it don't matter if the man's tall, average height. You know what I mean? I've seen some dudes, oh, because you're short, and then they'll pop the balloon and stuff like that. But it seems like it doesn't matter. The black men that will come through, and then you'll have like a dude that does decent with the line, and the only women that are still holding the balloon are single moms. It's like, oh man, that's just it's just terrible. It's terrible. So you'll have, oh, AJ's in here. Yes, sir. What's up, bro? He said Adin Ross snitched on Top G, but that's to be expected. Adin Ross, like these people, they're not really to be trusted in general. But I saw, oh yeah, right here. AJ said in Atlanta is one dude to every 17 women. And that's not even counting. It's not even counting if he's gay, if he's ugly, if he's not a certain height, if he's not making a certain money. You know what I'm saying? So now imagine just off the money alone, it's literally like one dude to to hundreds, really of women. If you think just off the money, So imagine if you're an entertainer, even if you're an entertainer that doesn't make money, but you're popular. It's literally you just get to pick. It's just your choice. But say if you're that actual attractive person, right? I actually know a couple dudes that just recently moved to Atlanta. And I told him, be careful down there. Just be careful down there because women are chasing after things that don't exist and they end up being with a switch hitter, if you know what I'm saying. They end up being with a switch hitter and that ends up complicating their health and ends up complicating how they look at men in general. So you got to be careful when you're dealing with women in Atlanta. They just say when you factor in height, income, and sexual preference, it's over. And let's factor in this part. You'll have girls that will say, particularly, this is what I do not get with the Cynthia G followers and the Caucasian female followers. What women will do? These new breeds of women are they're idiots. Like they'll say something like, we need to abort all men and whatever. If it's a man, if it ends up being a boy, I'm gonna abort it. So now imagine if you're in the black community and you have all these dudes being boys being aborted in the womb. How does that help? How does that help you? So now you're just making the gender gap even ridiculous. Now it's going to be one man to every 100 women. Now the way the stats are looking, it's impossible for a woman to ask for exclusivity. That's just ridiculous. I'm talking about if you literally paired up every single black man that you know to a woman, there's going to be 6 million black women still left that need somebody. And they created that themselves. You can't blame the white man for that. That's not the white man's fault. You're killing your kids in the womb and you're expecting it that's the solution. That's your solution. Bruh. How's that going to work? He said, dude is a lawyer. Yep, it don't matter. This is what happens, particularly when you're talking about the so-called educated lame. This is why the so-called educated lame, right? The Carlton Banks types, they end up dating outside their race. Because dudes that do the right thing, that, do it, the black men that stay within the confines of the law, they don't get arrested, they do things the right way, they end up they basically all the girls end up rejecting him. And then by the time they hit 26, 27, 28, and most likely 28, 29, 30, when they finally hit their stride, they finally where they need to be because they chose a route, which was a good route. And now they have a decent paying job. And now they have the money to, start a family, whatever. The only thing that they're left with are single moms, women that have been ran through already. If not, they probably did pay for play route themselves. Women that have already 2 to 3 baby daddies in. And you're literally like, your only option left if you're staying within the black race is single moms. And this is why black men end up dating out, especially now. Now, black dudes is not, they're like, I can't even convince today's black dudes to date a black girl. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Like I'm talking about, I can't even be shocked. It's crazy. It's crazy. He said, I was with causation follower woman. It was bad, but I'm good now. She was too crazy. Oh yeah, white because what people don't understand is with white women, um, I'll just say it like that. I'll just say it like this when it comes to white women. The school that I went to in high school, there was not one white woman that I didn't know that wasn't on some type of head medication. And I'm talking about since high school on it, on that head medication like clockwork. So now imagine you're taking those head medications, you're going to all these therapies, the therapists, whatever, for how many umpteenth years. Now they hit their mid 20s. Like that does something to your brain chemistry wise. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of those white girls that I met, like, they're stable in terms of they can function now as a young woman, but once they get older and oh man, and that head medication and they can't really use it anymore, they can't rely on it anymore just to just function as a regular adult, it ends up being if it ends up falling off the tracks. And then now you got then on top of that, let's take it into account. You got, I think like now you have like these new black women now coming through the ranks, going through college now, where you talk about the Cynthia Giites, right? These people that be talking crazy about black men now, like you got those ladies, right? And they're even crazier than those girls because at least they already know, like white women already have like I believe they have like a resistance to those drugs because they always be taking it. But like now you give that to black women, those type of head medication, and on top of that with this new thing of therapy and healing and all this, those girls are just like beyond far gone. Like those medications, that's just not those medications are not for ninjas, man, to be taken like that. You know, yeah, let me see. Oh, AJ said something. He said young black men are basically done with black women. Yeah, unfortunately. They're just basic they're done. They're basically done with them. Um why it's unfortunate because I know there's plenty of black women I know they're looking for a decent black man, but it, and they can't talk about the media. Oh, the media is making us look bad. No, you're making yourself look bad. Man, the media ain't doing nothing to you, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's crazy. You said, as a black man, you're right. I'm into people out my race. Look, man, I'll say this for me specifically. I just like uh women that are attracted to me, which is not that many, right? But I'll say I just like a lady that's just chill, nice. That's it. Now, who that ended up being race wise, it's kind of a spectrum across all races, right? Like I remember when I was in high school, it was an Asian girl that was into me. And then I remember there was a black girl that I didn't know that was into me, but was into me. Two black girls actually. And then there was another, but it was mostly Caucasian girls that would be feeling me sometimes. But that was because I was mostly at a Caucasian school, right? Two or three of them try to be all up on me, right? Especially like my freshman year in high school. And then when you talking about college, Asian again, surprisingly, Asian girl that I knew, and then mostly white women. But then I was with a lot of black women at one particular point when I was 18, 19. And then I would say from my basically 21, from 21 and beyond, mostly Latinas and white women. From since 21 years old and up, mostly Latina women and white women. But like I said, there's no I look, man, if you're with me and whoever you are and you're with me in public as a woman, you can't be making me look crazy out here. That's how I look at it. That's all I ask for. And sometimes you'll be surprised. You'll give the most simplest instructions, and A lot of women just still can't do it. They just still can't do it. And I'll say this about white women. White women are amazing from like high school up to like 23, but after like 24, 25, I don't know. I don't know, man. I would say this though, like say if you're an older man, like I always say this, like I know a lot of older white dudes that have found their happiness with Asian women. So I don't know if that works, but I think out of all the interracial marriages that work that work the best out of all the interracial marriages, it's like white men and black women that actually works in terms of I think I don't know if that's worldwide, but definitely in the United States, it's white man, black woman that works that's the most successful in terms of I think just longevity, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how I don't know how they measured it. I think they measured it by longevity, but I gotta do more research on that. And he said, "Give me a nice Blasian, I'm good." Yo, the Blasians Blasians. I'll say low key when we talk about who makes the most attractive offspring, it's low key the black and Asian mix low key make the best offspring, but that's just my opinion. Low key in terms of the most attractive. When we talk about aesthetics, I'm talking about men and women. Pause, man and woman. Like I have you. Oh man, somebody. I don't know if you guys know Lorette, but Lorette put me on to like a show in Japan where they show basically black people in Japan. So you got basically mixed black people in Japan. They're speaking Japanese. It's a podcast and they're just speaking Japanese and they have English captions. But I'm talking about the people on there. Like I don't oh man, I gotta let me see if I can find that. I remember Lorette had sent me that. I gotta find that real quick, man. I gotta find that real quick. Okay, let me share this tab in the meantime. But I gotta find that video. It was it's a Japanese podcast, but it's ran by a mixed Japanese man. So he's half Japanese, half black. I gotta find that. And they're just speaking Japanese and they'll and it's basically they invite other black Japanese onto the show and they just talk about what it's like being black, growing up, being born and raised in Japan. Man, I gotta find that video. That I got because I just think when it comes to just black and Japanese, they make the best in terms of aesthetically, like guys, like women and men that look good on camera. That's how I judge it. Women and men that look good on camera. They make the best of those people. I gotta see if I can find it. I don't know if I can because she sent me the video and I saved it. It's a a black Japanese podcast, and they just be talking. Here we go. I found it. I found it. Here we go.
YouTube のチャンネルで言ったら、ボイラールームっていう、
知ってるわ。
So this is a half Japanese, half black. Both of these people.
マジで
めちゃくちゃ見たことある。
そうそうそう。なんか、
But there have been already like plenty of videos showing like women that are half black and half Japanese, and they look. I'm talking about they look amazing. I'm not even like. You can call me a simp all you want, but I'm talking about. I've seen so many videos of these ladies, and I'm literally like, bro, they look like ridiculously good. Like I'm talking about, they don't really need that much makeup. I didn't seen like it maybe I don't know, maybe it's because it's such an interesting combo that it doesn't happen that much. So when you see a black and an Asian mix in one in one woman, you're just like, wow, because you don't really see that a whole lot. You don't really see that. He said the most interesting combo I've seen so far in a girl was a Burmese and Jamaican. What's what's Burmese? I thought for some I already let me hold on for a sec. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's a spot in Tibet or something. That's what I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. So that's still in the Asian cohorts, but that it's an interesting combo. It's an interesting combo. So that's why I think when you see it, when you look at what's another example that's made? Janae Aiko, right? I think her grandmother was black and the father was East Asian. So yeah, they make interesting combinations. Very interesting combinations. But right here, let me share this real quick. So anybody that's new joining in, we're going to go over basically just pay for play in the industry. And we're even going to touch on the dark side when we're talking about even not just the Instagram models. Those are easy. That's not just that, because I've went over that, but also the escorts as well. You know what I mean? Like when we're talking about the dark, we're talking about the real dark side, right? This what Adin Ross is going through right now, because I don't think Sexy Red's lying. Honestly, I don't think she's lying. She's just that. You know what I mean? She not lying.
Huh?
I want to announce something, but I don't know if I should say it.
Say it.
You know, don't you? I did Sexy Red.
Okay. There we go. Some truth.
Here we go. I see a comment right here. Yeah, Karuchi. Yeah, Karuchi. Yeah, she's pretty. That's a pretty girl right there. It's a pretty girl. I knew. Oh man. But I knew this really one pretty Asian chick in high school that did like gymnastics. Oh my gosh, she was pretty. That's one of the well, never mind. Let me not put her out there.
Truth. How was it?
It was good. It was really good.
She was throwing it back. You could handle it.
Nah, she was kind of being the dominant one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen it, you see that tape of hers drop, like it's always a chick that
I jerked off to it, and that's what made me hit her up.
So right here, I see a comment right here in response to this tweet. So the dude up top said, "How you a prostitute and a rapper? Shit is wicked out here." But what he doesn't understand, that's how the music industry is, dog. Like, it's very few musicians, or sorry, there's very few artists that you're going to see on TV or somebody that's being propped up by the industry that got there just off talent. Even the talented women have to sleep with certain executives, producers to get the TV time or the screen time, the backing that they want. You think Ice Spice is where she's at without not giving it up to nobody? I mean, you got Ice Spice, Cardi B. Is like those people. Those are obvious. You had to give it up to somebody, right? When you look at what's her name, Aaliyah. Just look up Aaliyah's dating history, right? She got in. We talking about R. Kelly when she was 15, 16. She basically got sold off by her uncle, if I'm not mistaken, but basically her family basically sold her off. And according to people that knew about that situation, R. Kelly apparently messed with the mom and Aaliyah and Aaliyah's mom. So Aaliyah went through R. Kelly, Jay-Z. People don't like to talk about that part. Dame Dash, and many, many, many others, dog. Many, many others. I'm pretty sure it's the same deal with Janae Aiko and the types. You know what I mean? So this is how the industry works. But there's still a lot of dudes that don't understand this. I would say the perfect show. I don't know if that show is still on, but I couldn't finish the series because there was too much gay stuff in there. What's that show called? Star, the TV show, right here, the one that Lee Daniels made. I don't know if you guys have you ever watched Star, the TV show. If you want to have a if you guys want to have a um an insight onto how the industry works, you need to watch the show Star. That is a very it's pretty realistic in terms of how the industry works. The only problem with Star, with the show, the TV show, I couldn't finish it. Like, I stopped watching it from the beginning of season 2. It's just too much alphabet stuff. I couldn't finish it no more. It's just too much alphabet community stuff. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just let me just leave that. It's just like, I remember, like, there was a show on HBO, I think, or Showtime too, where with Regina King. It was like a superhero show or some kind of show. And then they showed one of the main characters from like the past when he was in the 50s in bed with an it was a black man in bed with another white man. I was like, man, I don't want to see. I stopped watching the show. I was like, I couldn't even watch it no more. I think the show was called Watch Something. Watch Men or Watch Boys. Regina King was in the show. I had to stop watching it. I was like, oh my God, do they have to add that? I mean, damn. Always gotta add some zesty stuff. He said the model that Kanye used to date. Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Wait, you see, Venetria. Because when you talk about the like the big stars, the big rap sing stars, their access to 304s, they get to see anything they get to let me see, oh, I seen her before. So yeah, she's an interesting mix. So when you talk about the big rap sing stars, that's how they used to call them in the 90s, rap sing stars, right? So she was that's an interesting, she had a very interesting look to her. I remember seeing her when she went viral a little bit. Yeah, she got that look to her. Pete, yeah, people gonna hit her up. People gonna hit her up. That's how it works. But yeah, if you guys want to understand how the industry works, if you can take the zestiness, if you can stomach it, watch the series Star. I remember watching that when I was in college. So I remember starting to watch it in college, and then I kind of just eased off. It's just too much fluffy stuff. That's why I'm gonna just leave it at that. Too much fluffy stuff. Okay. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it no more. Oh man. It's just too much. But that's it was a very, I had to give Lee Daniels his credit. That's very a realistic look on how the industry works. It's not really a whole lot of people there on talent. I always say this, even in sports, sports is not even really based on merit anymore. So I always say this, you can tell if the sports star that you're seeing is if he's been put there, if you know, he's been placed. Somebody that's been placed and somebody that's really there off of merit and talent. This is how you know if somebody's really there off of merit and talent and he's natural and he's a natural athlete. This is how you can tell. If this athlete is getting coverage, meaning they're saying he's a bad guy, he's this, he can't be controlled and all this stuff, that's how you know he's a natural. Because if he was cheating in any sort of way, I'm talking about the spotlight seems to always be on this guy, right? Or if how do I say this? They're always on him. So that's how I knew Terrell Owens wasn't a bad guy. That's how I knew Allen Iverson wasn't a bad guy. That's how I know Lamar Jackson isn't a bad guy. These guys are what you call glitches in the matrix. Because what happens is you'll have some sports teams. There are sports teams that are there in the NFL, NBA, they're just there to lose, right? But you'll have some of these teams, they'll be fucking up sometimes. They be actually trying to win, right? That'll be organizations like the Ravens, organizations like the Steelers, right? Organizations like Seahawks. At one point in time, at one point in time, the Seahawks was an organization actively really trying to win games. You know what I mean? And you could tell because of by the players that they had assembled: Earl Thomas, Marshawn Lynch, Richard Sherman. These are ninjas that you don't really just put in your program like that because they're very anti-program. So that's how you can tell who are the anyway, that's a bit off track, but that's how it's very. Yeah, at one point the Seahawks were trying to win. At one point, I was like, when they had assembled these ninjas together who are they were very either anti-media or very anti-establishment, or I'll hear them talk and I'm like, oh, they didn't. I remember at one point, yeah, Earl Thomas, Sherman, Cam Chancellor, he not media trained. Like he's like a real hood ninja. Like they got this guy from the streets. Like he was like he went to Virginia Tech. But that guy, like Cam Chancellor, Marshawn Lynch, Richard Sherman, these are not refined brothers. These are not these people are not like you can't just so there was a point. So you'll see the ninjas that'll come through. Sometimes the Cowboys will be bringing in people like that. You know what I mean? The Des Bryants of the world, right? Bobby Wagner, Bruce Irvin. These people, these are not refined. Like you could tell, like the talent that they assemble. You're like, oh, they trying to win. What people don't understand, there are sports teams in these professional leagues in America. In America specifically. This doesn't really happen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen overseas. It's just they have promotion and relegation overseas when it comes to their main sports. So things are ran a little bit differently. But in America, since there's no promotion or relegation, you have just these teams, right? They don't lose their spots. So you have these teams here in America and they don't, you got certain teams, they're just there to lose. They're never going to win anything, i.e. the Jets, right? i.e. New York Knicks sometimes, where basically they make more money when they lose. Rather, they make more money than they lose. Rather, they don't compared to when they're actually decent, they don't make that much money. So they'll just crash out. They'll let certain teams are just there to lose. Peyton Manning was selected. He was pushed in front of us. Now, Tom Brady gets the bad rap. But what happened is Tom Brady ended up benefiting for all the rules that they changed to make Peyton Manning look good. So what happens is Tom Brady gets the bad rap for, oh, you only benefited from the rules. But he just ended up benefiting the most. But really, those rule changes were for Peyton Manning. A lot of them. Especially when they when they really loosened up the rules in terms of letting their where you can't even touch the wide receivers, you can't jam him like you used to. So because Peyton Manning had a really stacked wide receiver core, so it was able to make Peyton Manning's numbers look good because he was struggling at first. You know what I mean? So this is what what it is. This is how it works right here. He said, Angel said, New York don't care whether they win or lose. They will always have fans cheering for them. Exactly. This is why they will always lose. They're just there because even when they lose, you'll have the media still talks about them, and it makes for funny sound bites. If Stephen A. Smith get mad, you know what I mean? It makes for good sound bites. It's like, wow, we're making more money losing rather than being decent. You know, I remember there was like 1 or 2 years when the Jets were decent. Was it 2011, 2010, when they had some decent brothers on there. I'm forgetting the DB duo they had. It was Darrell Revis and my guy with the 10 kids. I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on his name right now. I'm blanking on his name. It was him and Darrell Revis. They used to be locking dudes up. They had a really good defense. You know, Mark Sanchez, he did what he could. You know what I mean? And this is where I was like, okay, the Jets are going in a decent direction. And this is how you know the Jets are just there just for headlines and they're just there to lose, is when they made that when they when they bought in Tebow in 2012. I was like, oh, they're not trying to win. They're just trying to steal headlines. They're trying to because the Giants had just won the Super Bowl, and they're just like, how do we get headlines? How do we run the summer of 2012? Okay, let's get let's get Tim Tebow. The ultimate distraction. You know what I mean? So this is how, unfortunately, this is how it works. This is why I like college football and high school sports, because you just, a lot of the times, but specifically, I like college football specifically because it's not a whole lot of politics in terms of they will put the talent out there first. So I can respect it, you know, but it's a lot of politics, even in high school sports. There's so much politics in high school sports. Like, well, people don't like everybody that you, even in sports, there's no meritocracy anymore. Most of the people that you see there are sons of former athletes or people that have been placed, people that have been trained, right? Mac Jones, who used to do a little bit of kid acting, you know, a lot of these people that you see on TV have been selected. And the ones you can tell that haven't been selected are the ones that the media bashes the media bashes the most. This is why even in that case, that's how I knew that Orange Man couldn't have been that bad of a person. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for another day. Antonio Cromartie, that was his name. They had that tandem. Antonio Cromartie and Darrell Revis, they used to be locking dudes up, dog. I used to have respect. I had respect for that duo. They weren't there for a long time. But Antonio Cromartie, that was he was a really good defensive back. He was a really good CB, man. He could play. He could really play. Yeah. That you know, that's memory lane. That's just memory lane stuff. Anyway, the industry, what we consider, like what people consider, oh, these are my stars, these are my heroes. These are the people that have been selected for you. These people have been selected. Adin Ross, selected. Sexy Red, selected. These people have been placed in front of you. Now, there are plenty of actors and people in the industry that have been placed in front of me that I still like. For example, uh uh who can I say? Who can I say? Like there's, you know, you got a Michael Jordan. That would be a perfect example. Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? They marketed him perfectly, but he's a person that I like. I personally like him. I personally like Michael Jordan, right? Who else? Like he's one of those guys, or you'll have guys that You know what I mean? Or you'll have people that are placed, but they still have some realness in them. So they're not completely into the industry. You know what I mean? So they still um they're still true to extent, but they've been pushed, whether they slept with a producer or not. You know, there's some people like that, and they're still not bad. They're not as bad as we think they are. That would be, I would say, for example, Coil Ray is somebody that's another female artist who uh gets a lot of hate, but she's been planned, but that's because she's Benzino's daughter, right? And she's just part of the machine. She's a product of the machine, but she's not as bad as people make it out to be. She's just an example that I like to pick on in terms of, she was saying that her dad is jealous of her, and I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, she said that like her dad is jealous of her success, and but what she doesn't understand is her dad, Benzino, used to be like a real heavy giant in the music industry, and he understands what happens to women that joins this industry, and he doesn't want his daughter to follow that path. That's what she doesn't understand. But like I said, in 2024, if you're a man with a daughter and you're saying, and you're the type of dude, yo, I don't want my daughter to be a stripper, I don't want my daughter to start an OnlyFans, she's going to call you a hater. She's going to say, oh, you're trying to, you don't want me outshining you. And I'm like, I just don't want you to be, I just don't want you selling your body for money. But in 2024, that's considered you being jealous of your daughter. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works, but these are the times that we are living in. This is how it works, unfortunately, nowadays. This is how it works. Let's see. Can I finish? Did it resume that video? I don't know.
You're lying.
No, I'm being for real.
Yeah.
You don't like black girls, though.
I do.
I think you're intimidated by black women. I'm serious.
No, I'm not.
You have a Latina fetish, and as a
Dope. How you know that?
my dude, huh?
I want to announce something, but I don't know if I should say.
Fair use again, just in case. Because I got a strike last time, I think. Let me see. But yeah, this is the industry. This is the industry. This is how it works. And also, let me get back to another point where we talk about the pop the balloon segment. When Pyro was talking about the hive mind, the hive mind. You got to make sure whatever women say, you can't take it that seriously, because they're just, when you take the pop the balloon segment, when you take that specific segment, for example, before these women start popping their balloons to reject the guy that comes in, they're all looking at each other. There's no independent thought that's going into it. So you can't take it personally if they end up popping the balloon. You just can't. Oh man, I gotta see if I can find one more pop the balloon segment that I saved on my end, but here we go. Here we go. Did I? Oh no, that's more. But this will be an example. This will be more of example of right here of the pay for play culture that we have now. So right here, because it's basically out in the
What's
open.
your
It's basically out in the open. So where you're literally having women saying, he has to make this. This is my price. It's basically the dating landscape right now. It's open prostitution. So when we even look back at this tweet right here, if I can bring this back up. So when Adin Ross reveals that, oh, me and Sexy Red smash. So back in the days when stuff like this would leak, it used to be women like literally self-deleting themselves or harming themselves or thinking that their life is over because stuff like a story like this would leak, and the female celebrity would either deny it or be like, oh man, how did this leak? And almost go into chaos. But now they like, now in 2024 they're standing on it. And even then, look how much she's revealing. She's saying, yo, you paid me to take your virginity and I just did that. Next. So basically, she just admits to, look, you paid me this, right? So today's female escorts, right? They have zero discretion, zero. So that's not even, that pay for play route is not really even an option anymore. You know what I mean? Now, here's what I hope didn't happen. This is what I hope didn't happen. I really hope Adin Ross wasn't the one that got Sexy Red pregnant. I hope to God he was not that stupid. I really hope he didn't do that, because I need to, I don't know, I gotta align the dates, because I remember there was like a time, I don't know, I forgot which month specifically, where it was revealed that Sexy Red was like 3 or 4 months in pregnant, and people, they had no idea who the baby father was. I really hope Adin Ross is not I really hope it was not him. You know what I mean? And especially uh Sexy Red is saying you was a virgin before I took that from you. So and if that part is true, then it could be likely that Adin Ross is the father. And if that happens, bro, I mean, bruh, that would be sad. But anyway, let's go back to this segment right here. Here you're gonna have the girl literally ask the man, what's your approximate salary? So now you got men, these young men, they going on these dates with these women, and they don't understand. You're dealing with women nowadays that are that have been flued out already by these I'm talking about average girls being flown out by millionaires, by 200, 300,000 right? But they don't even realize they were just being used as a cheaper version of a cheaper or more expensive version of an escort. So they'll just DM a girl off Instagram, fly her out. She'll take all the pictures. You're like, man, what? How's she getting all these pictures? How's she traveling all over the place? She was used as an escort for that weekend or that night. And that probably only cost that guy $1,000. Now, $1,000 might be a lot for us, but for these guys up top, that's nothing to them. For certain dudes that be making a certain amount of money, $1,000 for a weekend, or they don't a lot of them they just only got to pay $500 for that girl for that day, or that $300. Pay for her flight, right back at home in in Wilton, Connecticut, right? And you would never know. So now when you're going on dates with these women, they're literally like, how much you got? Just off rip. They're just asking you how much you got. I had a girl one time, I went on a date, not a dinner date, but she had asked me, how much, what's your net worth? And mind you, this girl was 19, asking me what's my net worth. And I was like, my what? What do you mean my net worth? But that's how you can tell a girl's been around. Or she's either that or she's taking terrible advice from her homegirls. But here's an example of this.
Approximate salary.
You want to know how much I make?
Approximate.
Oh, wow.
Just an approximate. I know it's the internet, so you don't have to say the specifics, but like a range. Just a range.
I mean, you can.
So this was the only girl left holding the balloon. Everybody else rejected the guy. And the only girl that had the balloon unpopped was a girl that's literally on demon time. Just off rip. How much? What's your salary, bruh?
I'll probably go and Google on Glassdoor. I'm not going to reveal my finances in a public setting in this manner. It's a private matter. I'm not gonna do that. So you're asking me, so if it was above the number you wanted, you would have kept it. If it was below the number you wanted, you would have popped it.
If you had answered, there would have been a possibility for both, but because you refused to answer,
You wanna know how
that's
much
what
I
got
made?
your balloon pop.
Oh, so it's a money thing. That's okay. I prefer people who don't look at money as a criteria to get to know somebody.
This is a guy, unfortunately, that is blue pill. This is a blue pill guy. He doesn't understand now. The ladies now, they be on demon time. They will ask you straight up, "Oh, how much you?" Now, if she was smart, she should already know this guy is. He looks Nigerian. He sounds Nigerian. He's most likely has a decent job. You could have gotten what you wanted had you been a little bit more respectful, but this is the type of attitude that ladies they're just going straight up like that, just like that. And you're just like, oh man. Wait, Chris, do you like Tennessee's free agent move so far? No. I just saw like we got what's it, Mason Rudolph? That's we wasted Derrick Henry, bro. We wasted him. We wasted him. We wasted him. One of the best draft picks that I ever saw. Like I remember in 2016, I remember watching the 2016 draft, and I remember in the second round we had our pick, and I was like, I was like, damn, Derrick Henry's still available. We got to get him. And once they got him, I was like, this is perfect because we already knew at the time DeMarco Murray was going to be our starting running back or I forgot. But I remember we knew he didn't have to start right away. So he was going to have time to develop. I was like, he's going to be a freaking monster in 2 years. So those were good times. But anyway. Oh, man. Said the industry is going to turn. Oh, you mean Coy Leray. Will Levis, we'll see. We'll see about him. We'll see. I'm happy that he dropped that dead weight. That girl that he had at draft day. I'm happy that he dropped her. That's called dead weight right there. He said dating went from soft prostitution to open air prostitution. Exactly. The baby set exactly. So, like I said, people think that women are like pro. AJ talked about this the other day. When we talk about it's not that women are pro-choice. They're like pro-choice, pro-life, pro-choice, meaning they're a combination of the both, right? So conveniently, she'll be pro-choice. Conveniently, she'll be pro-choice. And then conveniently, she'll be pro-life, i.e., if a NBA player knocks her up, oh, all of a sudden, I'm pro-life. I don't want to get rid of my baby. And you know what I mean? Or say, forget the money. Say if you're like a certain genetic makeup, right? Or if you have a specific, I've seen women try to keep a kid because the dude had green eyes. It'll be stuff. It's just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Women are conveniently pro-choice or conveniently pro-life. This is how it works. But yeah, sexy Red, she understands how that child support stuff works. She understands how that works. He said dudes flying out everything. And those guys, what those guys don't understand is gonna be 10 years from now. I'm telling you, write it down right now. Those girls that have been getting flown out, taking pictures on Instagram, they're gonna be saying that they were trafficked. Once I'm talking about late, it's gonna be 10 to 15 years later. I'll say around the year 2040, 2035, say 2035 through 2040, it's going to be lawsuits flying. Talking about they were trafficked. Oh, man. But yeah, like girls are literally just going on dates with how much you make. Just off rip. You're just like, what in the you know what I mean? They don't even He said that's why these 304s think their worth is high because Chad and Tyrone pay for their time. Exactly. They don't even understand. Like, you'll have if you guys know any girls, just ask them, can I just look at your DMs? And you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Especially remember when blue checks used to be a thing, like, oh, the dude has a blue check. But now you can pay for a blue check, so that doesn't mean anything anymore. But back in the day when like last year and beyond, when blue checks used to be, oh, he has a blue check. You'd be surprised the girls I knew. I'm talking about girls I knew that had only 600 follower count or even 800 follower count on Instagram. I remember I was laid up with a girl and then I asked her, can I just look at your DMs? Just I'm just curious. She was like, oh, she got all little happy and shit. I saw her DMs. Bro, it's I was shocked. I was like, oh hell nah. This was in 2020. I couldn't believe it. Her DMs were litty, and she don't even got the follower count that she has. You would never think that. I remember doing a podcast with my cousin, and he brought this girl on. And by the way, man, if my cousin is watching this podcast, look, man, let me say this. I am sorry I scared all the fat bitches away from your podcast. I'm very sorry I did that. If my cousin is listening, he's like, man, this guy's an asshole. Anyway, this girl I'm talking about, she don't got no body shape like that. She's just a average torta leaning woman, gordita-ish. She's leaning towards gordita. Like she's like one bad breakup away from blowing up like a motherfucker. Anyway, she had like NBA ninjas in her DMs. You know what I mean? So that's how it be. And people just think it's just these star basketball athletes that are sweeping it up out here in the dating market. No, it's those backup tight ends on the NFL practice squad. I'm talking about they sweeping up in the dating in terms of the hooking up market. They're sweeping up out here, sweeping up because they have the time, because they don't really have to. They don't have to game plan, game rep like the rest. Like the starters, the football players that actually play, they can't really be going all out. You know what I mean? When it comes to hooking up with bras and all that, because they got to play. Like a lot of them, they don't have sex before the games and stuff like that. The people that you see sweeping up is those 6'5", 6'6" backup tight ends, the 6'3", the 6'7", 6'8" backup centers on the practice squads. Those are the guys sweeping up in the dating market. They got the time, they got the genetics. they'll smash them. They be going. They're from place to place, coast to coast. All they have to worry about is just being themselves. They don't have to have a permanent place of residence, so they're not easy to track down. Those are the guys that are sweeping up in the day. People just think it's just the stars on the team that are. No, it's those guys because they're still mutants, right? They're still mutants. They don't start they're not starting over the they're not starting over the starting mutants, right? But they got all the time in the world to be just washing up in the dating market. That's how it works. He said, yo, Chris, you are scaring the hoes. Yo, also another thing. Any young black men that are listening to me right now, stop talking about Kevin Samuel stuff in public. Stop talking about this stuff in public settings. These people be making like, I'll see dudes, they'll make tweets, they'll be like, man, I was talking to my female coworker and I was saying how I'm gonna get all my kids paternity tested and they were mad at me. I'm like, why are you talking about this stuff at work? I'm like, you just trying to get fired and talk about, oh man, they hate me. Of course they do. Stop bringing this shit. You at your job. Stop talking about this stuff. This stuff is supposed to be for here. This is our therapy. This is our therapy. Stop talking to broads at your job about this stuff. Because you got, especially, I'll say also high schoolers included. Stop talking about this stuff because then you got these little wannabes all up in my mentions, all up in my DMs. These 16, 15-year-old broads, 22-year-old broads trying to debate me. I'm like, I'm not trying to debate you on this shit. It's because you got these dudes, they're talking about this stuff in public. Oh man, you heard what Top G said? I don't care what Top G said. Keep that shit to yourself. These dudes be going at their corporate job talking about, you heard what Kevin Samuel said? Dude, leave that for here. And shout out, I'll say this, shout out to AJ because he's very liberal in terms of letting people all up on the panel and stuff. Very very open in terms of just he'll let people just come on. You know what I mean? So people can get a chance to speak in terms of what they have on their chest. They can just let it out. This is our therapy. Stop talking about this stuff at work. Oh man. This is crazy. Stop doing this. He said, I always do it just to start a fight. Nah, just don't bring this stuff up at work. It'll be dudes at the bar. I'll be at the bar sometimes, work related, mind you. And I'm sitting there like, yo, what's the number one rule of Fight Club? Don't, bruh. This is how we're supposed to do it, but unfortunately, I'll say this, I mean this, and even though, you know, men do need this, but the negative side effects of these things going mainstream, you'll be making a point, right? You're trying to make a video or whatever, and you'll have these normies, particularly normie women in the comment section, trying to discredit you. And the first thing they say, oh, you must be one of those red pill incels, one of those Andrew Tate fanboys. And you're just like, oh my God. They done saw one scene off of like CBS or one 60-minute documentary, and they think they're experts. This is how you know how idiotic they are. You'll be like, they'll talk about this and they'd be like, have you ever heard of Patrice O'Neal? They'd be like, who? Exactly. You just be like, first of all, you had comedians talking about stuff like this for decades. Black men in barbershops talking about this for decades. White comedians talking about this for decades. You had the MRAs in the 90s, all the hard work, the risks that they took just for the normies to downplay your point, to downplay your the importance, just by saying, oh, you just must be a Tate fanboy, you're just an incel. You just be like, oh my God, just you like there's no type of you're just not even there with an open mind. You're just there to talk shit. It just whatever. And don't be fooled by the TradCon girls, because the so-called TradCon girls that has invaded this space like God, like like goddamn AIDS. Don't even get me started. Look at Michaela Peterson, for example. Look at Michaela Peterson. I already knew well, she's one of the biggest scam artists. Because I already knew she was gonna turn on this space. Like, well, she was never really a part of this space, but she would call out certain people. Like I even like, even though I'm not even the biggest fan of Rollo Tomasi like that, but when Michaela would bring him up and stuff,
I
I'd
think
be
there's a lot
feeling
of talking.
I'd be feeling a certain type of way because I'll just be like, who are you? Just who are you in general to be talking? When you look up Michaela Peterson's story too, you like, she's scandalous.
think
That's a scandalous woman right there. And I'm surprised a lot of people in this space hasn't called her out. But I'm not even shocked, because I'll even say, like, on the black manosphere side, it was a lot of people in the black manosphere that were afraid to call out Tyrese's ex-wife, Samantha Lee Gibson, for I cannot believe this girl Samantha Lee Gibson had a whole manosphere channel, and none of the black manosphere members wanted to call her out for literally simultaneously dragging Tyrese in family court, dragging him, robbing this man of his money. And she in here talking about, saying that she part of the manosphere. I mean, bruh, I still can't believe black manosphere dudes let that happen. I can't. Samantha Lee get anyway. Like, I almost lost my damn mind with that, because I was literally telling my, she got a manosphere channel, and people would be shocked. people would be shocked about this, and I'm like, at the same time she's dragging Tyrese through family court, while at the same time having a manosphere channel. You got black men in her comments, even to this day, with a huge black male fan base. I was like, I don't know what to say. But anyway, let's stick with Michaela Peterson. Here you have Michaela Peterson and Jordan Peterson. They're going to be talking, and Michaela Peterson is going to talk. She's going to talk junk and talk down on the RP space, and so is her father, her beta simp father, Jordan Peterson, is going to do the same thing. And they're going to both and Jordan Peterson specifically, he's going to prove that he is a conservative fraud. He's one of those people. He's one of those guys that act like he's a Christian conservative too, but he also proves here that he does not know his Bible at all, and which is to be expected, because most Christians do not know their Bible. Anyway, let's press play over here.
There's a lot of talk in the red pill sphere that's very popular online. That's, if you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman, they should listen to you because you're the man. And it's basically as simple as that.
Well, first of all, right when the biblical corpus opens, one of the first pronouncements is that both men and women are made in the image of God. Right? There's an absolute insistence in that. And then
so off rip, you already know what time. First of all, fair use, but you already know what kind of time Michaela Peterson's on. She already starts off by saying there's a big talk in the red pill sphere. Basically, she's already talking down on it. People don't even pick shit up like that by calling it that. But she's already saying, basically trying to give an excuse and talking down on the points of how it's really a natural order, and how women should be submissive to the men in their lives, right? And she's already talking down on the point. And right there, if Jordan Peterson had any balls, he would correct her. But because Jordan Peterson is a simp, right? Trad cons like to lift up Jordan Peterson and his daughter in the air, but he's gonna prove how much of a simp he is.
the feminist critics will say, well, yeah, but Eve is cast in a bad light. It's like, yeah, so is Adam.
Yeah.
Eve takes the first bite, but Adam submits to her temptation in a second, and then he blames her for his faults, which men do to women all the time, and vice versa. I mean, we're pretty good at that both ways. So no, there's no submitting. Plus, it's impossible anyways. You try to get a woman to submit, like, good luck. It's just not possible.
Not for very long.
They're slippery.
So right here, Jordan Peterson, basically with this video right here, he proves that he's a simp, and also he's a fake conservative, and on top of that, here is another so-called Christian that doesn't read his Bible. Here I am, a non-believer, right? Myself. And I know the so-called Christians' Bible better than they do. So here he says it is impossible for a woman to submit. No, it's impossible for a woman to submit to you, Jordan Peterson. In fact, let me bring up your so-called Bible, right? So here you got, of course, Michaela Peterson. She's gonna be pushing, oh, women don't have to submit to men. Let's bring up to your let's bring up your let's bring up the book that y'all like to stand on, but conveniently. let's bring up something real quick. Men submitting to hold on. Women submitting to your husband's Bible verse. Let me show you something real quick. Just a quick Google search. Right here, Ephesians 5:22. This is in their Bible that they like to stand on. It says, wives, be submissive to your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, just as Christ is the head and savior of the church, which is his body. But as the church submits to Christ, so also let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. That's what it says in their Bible. this is what it says in their Bible. He said she should get her channel revoked. Oh, you talking about Samantha? I don't know if her channel's still up there, but that I cannot believe that woman. Anyway, but Michaela, she already starting off on that bull. She already starting off on that BS. Let's watch this one more time.
Red pill sphere that's very popular online. That's if you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman, they should listen to you because you're the man. And it's basically as simple as that.
And it is. It says it in your so-called Bible, right? Michaela, Jordan, you guys like to put the religion, on your sleeve, you know what I mean? Jordan Peterson crying about how he found Christ and all that. And Michaela, conveniently finding Christ at the age of 27 and age 28. You know what I mean? Right. But according to your Bible, it literally says, wives, be submissive to your own husbands as unto the Lord. Is literally the last part. Also, let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Right here. Watch this right here. Look at this. Look at this quote. It says 100 verses. Hold up. Right here. It says 100 Bible verses about the wives submitting to your husband. 100 Bible verses. So it's literally like a list of Bible verses of like, it literally says in their Bible that they like to stand on, right? What they like to stand on. Conservatives are they're an interesting bunch, man. They're an interesting bunch of people, boy. I tell you, I tell you, boy. Those the conservatives, they be funny, man. They funny to me. This is like the conservatives are like they don't even like. One thing I will say that Top G is right on, like Christianity. That religion, that's not that religion. That's gonna go. I'm talking about Islam is the religion of the future, dog. It's the religion of the future. And I'll give you a hint why. I'll give you a hint. Look at the black community. What is the only religion? What is the one religion that has produced the black people's best leaders? The Nation of Islam. Their influence. Look at the leaders that they have produced. Look at what happens to these ninjas that be going to jail and they all of a sudden they come out Muslim. That the same thing is now spreading, right? So now in the future, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, in the future, people are going to be looking at Christians like, I can't stand on this. I can't stand on this. Anyway, let me see. Did these strags, Pyro says, didn't these strags say they don't want a beta and want a man that could put them in their place? But what happens with that, even with that, you have to avoid women that say that too, because if you encounter a woman that says that, that is what you called a domestic violence case waiting to happen. That's a DV case waiting to happen. If you're encountering a girl that's talking about, I need a man to put me in my place and I need him to do this and tell me what to do. And when you're encountering a woman that says that, and women do like that, they do. But if you're encountering a woman that's saying stuff like that, that is a DV case waiting to happen. That is a domestic violence case waiting to happen. So you gotta avoid. If you hear a woman saying that, you better run away from that girl. So you'll hear women say that, and they do want that, but they don't really want that, if you know what I'm saying. Like it's like bruh. They say they want that, and they do, but they don't really, because you'll give her that, right? And then eventually what she's gonna say, oh, you're abusive. So I don't even bother with that. I don't even bother with that. He said these so-called Christians pick and choose what they're comfortable with. Like they say so much thing, like particularly the trad conservatives. These people, I'm sorry, man. I just don't have a lot of respect for them. Me particularly, I'll even say this, and people, I know, you know, white dudes be getting mad at me when I say this. It seems like they focus way too much energy on basically if the only time that gets the conservatives at attention is if a white bitch is listening to a rap artist, and she's or if a white woman decides to be with a black dude. That's the only time they'd be at attention, and they'd be like, the West is falling. Like there was like there was a video on Twitter that went viral recently. This is how I know how slow conservatives are. Like they're like so slow. Hold on for a second. There was a video that went viral. It was a video that went viral of I'm gonna bring it up. It was a formation of white women, of like white college women, and they were dancing as a group to a rap, like a Negro rap song, whatever. Like one of those parties that I never go to anyways, right? So they were dancing to it, and then they're just like, the West, the white conservative dudes was like, the West is falling. Look at what they're dancing to all this. I'm like, bruh, how many times we got to tell you, y'all? Women are not loyal to race like that. Just in general, I'm talking about all women are not loyal to like a race. They're loyal to whoever's in power. This is how it works. I gotta find that because them dudes was crying over that shit. I'm like, dude, so it wouldn't have mattered if, so basically you wouldn't even be crying about these girls dance. I done seen girls in formation dancing to country songs all the time, to EDM, what else? Spanish music. I mean, this is where you draw the line. To them dancing to a old 2000s juvenile Cash Money record song. I think that's what it was. I gotta find that video. I was laughing because the dudes was in the comment section crying. I gotta find this. I gotta find, because I was laughing so hard. I was like, what is they crying about? I'm like, so this is what we focusing on. We not focusing on, they passing these laws where basically They're gonna try to make it where we can't do no paternity test no more. They're trying to pass laws where the government can just collect child support from you. They're passing laws where women are just going on to colleges, and then they're just pushing these legislation where men and women are getting more separate, and where conservatives draw the line, particularly young white male conservatives are drawing the line is if white bitches start listening to ninja music or they start messing with ninjas. Homie, if you already sent your daughter to college, it's already too late. they like, yo, we finna put a stop right now to this. I don't know why I can't find this video though. I don't know why I can't find the video. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to find the video, but it's like the video is hilarious. It's just some white bitches dancing. And by the way, I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know why. I don't even know why white dudes be so OD on that, because when you really look at the white women that black dudes pick, it's not even like when white dudes pick black women, they be picking the top notch ones for the most part. For the most part, I could be wrong on that end. Black dudes, they be picking. They don't even pick the best white girls, but they still be crying about that. Hold on for a second. I gotta find this. I gotta find this video. Oh, I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. Let me take these Bible verses off. I remember one I showed the other day. I had a show a young conservative man. I had to show him. I was like, look. I was like, look, man. It was a video of a woman saying that she's tired of being independent, and he mistakenly thought that, oh, I'm he mistakenly thought that, oh, she's feminine now. I'm like, no, she's not feminine, bro. She looking for help. She took that L. Now she's looking for help. And he was trying to he was trying to argue me on that. I was like, dude, you don't get it, do you? You know, and this is the problem, because what happens is white girls will do stuff like this. Then once they hit 26, 27, 28, or particularly 27, 28, 29, they look for guys like that to use like a motherfucker. They look for guys like that. And then they wonder why you got this whole percentage of dudes that are in sexless marriages, or they're like, damn, what's going on with my girl, my wife? And I'm like, dude, that girl used to belong in the game. She went to college. She belongs to the streets. But when I say that, people think it's harsh, but people don't understand what be going on in college. You see white girls dancing, white college girls dancing to rap. I gotta find this, because I'm talking about when I saw this. Oh man, I don't know if I can find. I don't think I'll be able to find it. It was like a whole formation. Oh, right here. Hopefully, fair use to this guy. Fair. Okay, let me see. Right. See, white men are upset at white girls dancing to rap, but it was like a video of these girls basically. Let me see if I can fast forward to see if I can find it. Yeah, it went viral like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, why is this even viral? I was like, this is what we wasting our time on.
Dancing with her girlfriends, you know, promiscuously, not promiscuously, but sexually, because I heard a lot of comments there. Oh, look at them dancing sexually like that. That doesn't mean that she's loose. That doesn't make her a 304, right? That doesn't make her a sock. That's what.
I don't know if he doesn't have the full video. I don't know if he, but I don't, the problem is with guys like that, that get upset when they see stuff like this. Or you got like the pro-blacks that be mad if black girls are with white dudes. Then they want to talk basically the normies are gonna look at that and then they're going to say, oh, they're part of the RP. This is what I hate about this. This is what I hate about this. I gotta find that video. I gotta find that video because or maybe because you know what? He probably can't play the video because it's because of the copyright. Yeah, but I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I'm like, we have way more things that we need to be taken care of. Like, I don't care about white bitches dancing to rap music and using it as the West is falling. I'm like, bro. I'm talking about these same dudes will let their daughters do all types of stuff from from middle school, high school, college, and then they'll see the video and they'll be like, what's going on? And I'll be like, homie, you already lost. I mean, if you already putting your girl through college, I mean, it's already over. It's already over. Jamal has smashed. There's nothing you could do about that shit. I mean, what are we doing? It's like it'll be like the same white male conservatives that complain about this. I equate them to, have you ever heard like how like the PC gamers, they get mad that, like, remember the PC gamers used to be mad at basically players that would play on PC with controllers because of aim assist, right? And they thought that they were ruining the game because of aim assist. And I'm literally like, guys, I'm a controller player, right? I play on a PS5 or PS4. I have to deal with these people that play on aim assist too. They act like young black dudes, we don't got to worry about Tyrone either, or Pookie's, or these people. We got to deal with these people too. We had to deal with being in middle school or high school and then seeing these young dudes' crushes being picked up by 25-year-olds, the R. Kellys of the world and whatnot. They think that we that we don't got to worry about these people too. We got to worry about these people as well. Ninjas be getting they girls stolen by athletes as well. This happens to all of us. But this is where they draw the line. And I'm like, where have you been? Where have you been? Hold on for a second. Let me see. Carlos X. I just like that video because some TradCon ladies on X were asking if these women are worthy of marriage. I commented that it just shows how interchangeable most women are, straight up. And thank you. And don't let those TradCon ladies fool you, dog. They had their mud shark days. Trust me, man. Most of the TradCon ladies that you see, they were hardcore liberals when they were in college, when they were in the latter parts of their high school years. They were hardcore liberals, and then they stopped being liberals because it didn't benefit them financially or status-wise anymore. What they do, we already know what the game plan is. Do what they want for those 2 or 3 years, then they get a pregnancy scare or STD scare, one of them things. Then by the junior or senior year of college, because even the dudes at their grade, they're looking for they freshman hunting, unfortunately. Then they look for a Brad. They stop looking for Chad after junior year. Basically, once junior year starts, that's when they start looking for, okay, who's the safe guy that's going to marry me after I've been on the carousel for a little bit, right? That's what happens. So by the junior and senior year of college, that's when they start looking, okay, let me look for the safe dude. that's how it usually works. That's how it works on that end. But anyway, Anyway, let me bring up something real quick. Oh, my presentation thing is off. Let me share the screen one more time. I got to stop just Xing out of tabs because I already know that messes up the show. People don't like women are just, they're going to follow whoever's in power. They're going to follow whoever's in power. That's all. That's how it works. That's why people like, man, what? I keep seeing, oh, these women, why they're sleeping with gay dudes now? Who are the people in power right now? Who are the people shaping the direction of the country? The alphabet mafia. They run everything right now. Particularly small hat alphabet members. You know what I mean? So this is how it works. This is how it works. This is what they do. It's not a matter of there's no loyalty. Ain't none of that. Raise dude. The only kids that I've been seeing out here consistently are kids of mixed race. So now I'm seeing products of black and white, products of black and Asian, products of white and Asian. It's there's no that stuff don't matter no more, bro. That's the only time the white male conservatives will bring out their Bible. It's for that bull. You'd be like, bro, we way, like, you're too late, bro. Like we're way past that, dog. I'm talking about we're way past that. Okay, so let me bring up something real quick. Let me start bringing up some IG models because I want to bring up an example. I want to bring it back to the point. I hope I remember her name. Let me type something real quick. Do any of you guys remember the girl that Anthony Edwards knocked up? Well, allegedly knocked up. I want to bring up the DMs to this because people don't understand how this stuff works. Let me bring up. I really because I forgot what her name specifically was. I wanted to bring up the DMs real quick. DMs. The DMs were the DMs leaked. I'm trying to bring up. Let me see, hotnewhiphop.com. Hopefully, right here. What's her name? Dream Page. So remember this incident, right? When we talk about pay for play. Okay. I want to bring up this story because even the NBA players, right? When we talk about pay for play, this is how it works. You'll have these IG models, right? They'll call them up. They'll pay for them either directly or indirectly. Okay. So okay. Right here. Oh, I thought I didn't share it. My bad. So right here, they'll pay for him, and then something will happen. All of a sudden, I'm pregnant. So now you see these DMs that leak. You have her in the blue and you have Anthony Edwards in the black. She says, the first thing she does is text him via Instagram. I'm pregnant. I still have an appointment on the 27th. He goes, hell no, I can't do this. She goes, so now what? What a great response. He goes, get an abortion. She goes, oh, perfect. Here we go. She responds back, honestly, I had an abortion with my son around 2 years ago and I regret it every day. Now she regrets it. Now, and by the way, she didn't only just have just one abortion. That's cap. She's had abortions before that. Now, because she got with Anthony Edwards, now all of a sudden she's pro-life. He responds, man, you can't force a kid in the world. You don't know what it is yet. She goes, that's not the point. I said I had an abortion 2 years ago and I regret it. Now this is where now he's in trouble. Yeah, but I don't want a kid. And then now she goes here, being cool to you is just going to get an abortion by myself and you not doing shit about going about your day. That's being cool to you. Obviously, you've been through this before just by your reaction. He goes, I will send you money to help you out. I didn't ask for it, but okay. You just don't want a baby. Is that why you're saying all this? Because I've been cool with you. See, this is where this is where pay for play gets a bit complicated. Right? So to sum it up, because I'm not going to read through all the DMs. She allegedly got it done. I'm not sure if she actually did. Let's check her page, but I want to show her page real quick. Dream page. Oh, dang. She deleted. I think she deleted. Oh, no, she didn't delete her page. Okay. Right here. So right here. This is her page. Now, off rip. Because people want to know, oh, how do you know if this girl's Instagram is an escort, but she has 1 million followers? Bro, she's an escort. This is an escort. This is a textbook escort. BBL'd up, tummy tucked up, right? This is what you call, this is a pay for play woman right here. Look at her pictures. This is a pay for play woman. This is pay for play. This is like, you could just look. And this is a pay for play woman. Let me see if I missed up any chats. He said they got their agenda. Janine Robel, who's that? That must have been another person. No, I think that's his girl. That's his main girl. That's his main, exactly. Now, Janine Robel, that's his main girl. That's the one that he that's the woman that he's not that he's not ashamed to show to the world. So what I remember when she leaked the DMs between her and Anthony Edwards, she leaked those DMs on basically the same, like in the day she leaked that literally the day after Anthony Edwards' main girl said that she was pregnant with Anthony's kid. This is what they do. This is what they do. And like I said, I always say women want to, all women want to be 304s, but they hate being side chicks. I'm talking about they hate having that reality of, man, I'm not number one. They just can't help it. They just can't help it. With that reality that they're never going to be more than a side chick, women just hate that more than anything. They hate it. You know what I mean? So I remember she had leaked those DMs literally the day after Janine Robel revealed that she was pregnant with Anthony's kid. So she was getting all the congratulations. The same thing happened to Conor McGregor. You know, these guys be selling these girls a dream, whatever and whatnot, paying for them literally. And they think they're getting queen treatment, but they're really escorts. They just don't realize it, but they're escorts, right? So that happened to Conor McGregor too. Literally, he had hooked up with this girl in the bathroom of a Miami Heat game, some random broad, right? And like 2 or 3 weeks later, Conor McGregor's main girl, I think it was his wife, revealed that she was pregnant with Conor McGregor's kid, and they had a whole celebration. And literally less than 24 hours later, the girl came out that he hooked up with in the bathroom a week prior, talking about he took advantage of me. I'm talking about, it's like clockwork. Every time his main girl gets pregnant, they look at it, or they have a big announcement and their family's there with them. Those side chicks, they be seething at the teeth. I'm talking about on some real demonic type ish, man. That's why I'd be always telling people, I don't think it's wise for you as a man to cheat, in terms of, you better make sure she don't really know who you are, dog. You better make sure you like, I'm talking about, she cannot know who you are, really. She can't. He says she built for IG. Oh, she do have OnlyFans. The girl that I'm showing you here, what's her name? Dream Page. She do got OnlyFans. But when you see an account like this is clearly, she's pay for play, right? Let me see. Does she have any other? Oh, she removed her OnlyFans link. So right here, let me see. Dreams parlays. I don't know if she has another. Because she got like 2 accounts, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 accounts. Let's see. Okay. So let me bring up something else real quick, because I brought up stuff like this before. Let me think of a random IG model, because there's plenty of them that I could use for an example. Plenty I could use for an example. But let's bring up a really famous one that people know about. She should pop up. No? Oh, I missed it. My bad. Abby Burner. Here we go. So right here, this is how this stuff works. Okay. Because I've explained this on another live stream before. So you got the average Instagram booty model, right? The average Instagram booty model. Let me see. Okay. So this is how this works. They won't say if she gets flown out by an athlete or whatnot. People just think that they just flat out will just pay for him. What happens is, no, they'll have an LLC, right? Okay. So let's click her super links. A girl like this will have an LLC. She'll have a quote unquote business. Okay. And most of the time is always some flat tummy tea or gym workout wear. It's something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. But most of the time it's usually like workout wear, something like that. And what those guys do is they pay into her LLC. So whatever business, let me not do that. Whatever business that she has, they'll pay into that instead of just paying her directly. So at the end of the day, you'll be like, oh, but isn't her business thriving? But really, it's just one dude that bought umpteenth amount of items of her stuff as payment. So then she ends up using that as stuff to give away for free to people. And that even can help her business on a certain way. But it'll be like one dude that paid for umpteenth amount of stuff to cover. So that will be, instead of paying directly, they pay into the LLC. Okay, let me just pay for all this outfits wears. So then she ends up giving those away for free, quote unquote, right? Even though He already flew her out. You know what I mean? She pays with her services, if you know what I'm saying. And now she has all this stuff. She gives away the stuff that the guy bought for her, and that ends up even helping her business if she does sell a good product. You know what I mean? This is kind of how this stuff works. Let me see if I can bring up another example. But yeah, when you see a model like that, this is the type of time that they're on. I don't care if she has a million. I don't care how many millions of followers she has. Unless if she translated it into some kind of YouTube success, which most of them do not, a lot of them are broke and basically relying on other dudes, sugar daddies, other NBA athletes. You never know. She could be a paid concubine by one of these people. That's the type of money that she's relying on to get by. Now, in the past, I've said this before about this specific girl. A girl like this. Hold on for a second. Let me get a better shot, still shot of her face. I'm not saying she's ugly, but I'm just saying like she's okay. A girl like this back in the day. Let me get a better still. A girl like this. So a girl like this back in the day, she would just get the funniest dude in her high school class or some simp, but not necessarily the top dudes. Even though she has a nice body, she would get like a former high school athlete star. You know what I mean when I say by that? Like somebody not necessarily famous, but somebody that's kind of known, but basically whoever's the most well-known farmer of the city of the town, she'll be with that guy. But now with the advent of social media, Instagram, her reach is way further. So in her mind, somebody on her level is somebody that has $1 million because she's equating her followers to money. This is how it works. Let me look up. I got my because I got a list of Instagram models from that day that I did on that show. And I had like a list. I remember I had like a list of models that I used as an example. I had put a list on these people of the people that I could use as a case study in how this works. Let's see. And also, I remember I mentioned I had mentioned something. So, let me give you an example that I just saw right here. Because this is how messed up the game is. This is how messed up the game is. This is why, like, if you ask a woman to delete her Instagram, she's literally looking at you like, you trying to kill me? Because of the opportunities that come with it. Courtney dot Spencer. Here we go. So right here. Here you have I guess a plus size model or one of these models, right? And this is basically the average soccer mom, right? The average soccer mom, right? A bit of the overhill soccer mom. But look how many followers that she's still able to amass because she's I guess plus size or she has some kind of a shape, whatever. I mean, you know, you know what I mean? Look how many followers she got. 198,000 followers. 198,000 followers. Not for her skills, really. I'll give you even another example. I'll give you another example. Here we go. Here we go. I got a great example for you. Oh man. Why all these? I'm gonna try to find this girl's page. Here we go. Let me see how many followers she. Oh wow, I didn't even know she had that many followers. Okay, so this, so right here, 510,000 followers. Oh, and she's a single mom. Oh Lord, here we go. You cannot make this stuff up. But so girls like this, right? You might think she's a little bit on the obese side, but these be the broads that these NBA players, when we talk about the regular girls that NBA dudes or NFL players or these people in entertainment be smashing, these are the girls right here that they do that to. All right. And you always gonna see her at hotel, the hotel, right? And you're just like, how she afford? Like when you look at the pictures, you're looking like, oh, she's always in a hotel. Where these be the Hispanic broads that those dudes be smashing. And what people don't understand, because if you're like a already big dude, if you're already over a certain height, it's not going to be okay. I had to scroll down real quick because I saw something crazy. But if you're already a certain height, you're not gonna be everybody's small to you if you're over a certain height. So even if this girl is 5'10, that's fun size to a Anthony Edwards. You know what I mean? People was like, what did Anthony Edwards see in that girl? Probably didn't see much. To be quite honest with you, because everybody's small to him. So a girl like this is where you got to read in between the lines. This is where men have to read in between the lines. When you see somebody with a profile like this, she's pay for play as well. This is I didn't even know. See, you see her OnlyFans link right here. I didn't even see that part, and she has a kid on the way. So this is this is the cold game of how things work right now. This is how it works. This is the cold game right there. Because a girl like this is like the average chick that you see, like the somewhat pretty girl with the big old booty. You see like girl like that in like high school, whatever, and she blows up. You know what I mean? As she gets older. But with the advent of social media, her reach can stay forever. So yeah, this is our, and like I said, don't let this is also another thing. I don't want people to be fooled on this. Because men get easily fooled. What happens is you'll see a girl like this, or she's basically displaying her body, or it'll be a fitness page, right? One of those fitness pages, right, with those girls, and what they like to do is they'll say, "Oh, people think I'm making money just off my body, but look at the products I'm selling." No, that's a front. That's the front. Whatever link tree, whatever she's saying, oh, this is my business, whatever, that's a front. So yeah, you'll see like the numbers and you're like, oh, it's doing good, but it's really like 1 or 2 or 3 sugar daddies that's literally buying out the stock, whatever candles that she's selling, or the flat tummy tea, or crystals that she's selling. You're not making the money that she's making in terms of being able to fly out to the Taj Mahal and the castles, whatever. You're not doing that selling candles. You're not doing that. in incense in mirror, right? You're not doing that. What those dudes do, like those sugar daddies, they buy out the stock, whatever they have, they just buy out the whole thing. This is why she's always able to have giveaways of her products. And you know, when you see sometimes when you see people with the giveaways, they're like, oh, and you're making all this, and you can just give, oh, okay. Maybe she is doing something with it. Maybe she just wants to prove how much her product, nah. It's been bought out. And so has her pussy. This is how it works, man. This is how it works. You see, Carlos X. That's wild. Have any of them been exposed? I mean, it's not a matter of being exposed. Women, like, they screenshot everything. So they always have it all loaded up in the chamber just in case. Say if somebody gets famous or somebody, that's what's gonna happen to me. Like say if I end up blowing up for no reason, right? All the girl, like, you see how I would used to put how I would put my Cash App ticker at the bottom. I accidentally deleted it. I didn't put it up there today. I don't think I have it up, but all those 304s that have my Cash App in the past, they're gonna be like, oh, I remember. They're gonna put me on blast, bro. That's how it works, man. Oh, and right here, this is it. He said NBA dudes be wanting some regular box. Yeah, this is what it is. They think that because they get those groupies and they're like, okay, in their mind, they're not paying for it, but they end up paying for it. Either on the front end or the back end. And front end, technically, payment used to be the most safest option, but not in today's age, is not anymore. Because the escorts, they don't think they're escorts anymore. They think they're humans, right? But they don't realize, no, you're an escort. You belong over there with the escorts. But the escorts, they don't even think they're escorts anymore, right? The sexy red, how she was talking, she don't even realize that's you on prostitution time right now. You know what I mean? Like, so the girls that are 304s, they don't even think they're doing anything wrong. That's how messed up the game is right now. He said, we are models. They'll be like, yeah, we're models. First of all, even when you're talking about like even those models that you see on the runway, the people part of those agencies, those are escorts. They just the money you can't really make real money just modeling alone. That's a select few, meaning like two or three women that are actually making money with professional modeling. So even if she's like an actual professional model, I'm talking about without the Instagram, an actual professional model, she's still gonna have to sleep with certain people to get where she needs to be. I mean, if Jennifer Lopez had to do that, to do that, I mean, no one else is far from. It's very few, especially women. It's very few women that you see there that you're gonna see in a position based off talent. That is very, very few. I'm talking about very, very few. Even the talented girls, they got to sleep with somebody to get to where they need to be in the industry. Even the talent ones. Even if you think, oh, she just does classical music, she slept with somebody. I don't care if she played a violin, dog. She knows somebody. I'm telling you, I don't care if she's an opera singer. I'm telling you, it's very rare you see a woman there just off talent. It's very, 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 very rare. Very rare. She had to mess with somebody. She had to pay her dues somehow. They're not just gonna just let you just go in. What? Dudes are too shisty in this industry. They're not finna just let that. Nah, you gotta pay a price. I'm trying to see. Do I have anybody saved on here? Is that okay? Let me use her for an example right here. Let me use her for an example. This is perfect because I actually used her for a video that I did. She did a video. She did like a video. Oh, I think she deleted the video. So you'll have a girl like this, right? Who I don't know if how you would rate her, but she's a decent looking girl. But we already know points off for the tattoos, and she's hiding some weight low key, but that's a whole nother story. She's hiding weight on her, but that's another story. But this is a decent looking girl with like probably almost 2,000 followers. I know girls like this, right? Here, this is where you got to pay attention. Divine feminine. So that already means she already thinks she's at a level. You see her at these, okay, so you see her at all these places, all these locations, right? Let me see if she got all these reels, all these, she's at these galas, these balls, right? And you don't see no degree, right? Because if she had a degree, she'd be bragging about it. Because you know how women are today with those degrees. They hold that joint in the air like a chain, like ninjas had spinning chains. That's how much like women really hold on to those degrees. So you don't see that. You don't see what her skill is. You don't see she don't play no instruments. You don't see her with no microphone. You don't see her with no calculators, no tools, no nothing. So you already know what time. You should already know what kind of time she on. She's selling herself to the highest bidder, low key. But people will look at her post and be like, "Well, I don't see no bikini posts. I don't see." It don't matter if you don't see no bikini posts. This is all I need to see right here. So I remember I was messing with a girl similar to that. Now, she wasn't that pretty in the face, but she had a banging body, right? So she had a similar type Instagram. I don't know. Maybe should I? Since it's, I don't want to kiss and tell. I might bring her up because I just haven't heard from her in like 3 or 4 years. But basically, she had a similar following account. You know what I mean? Right here. Collabs. 222jala@gmail.com. Now, collaboration for what? What does she do? I don't see no, like I said, I don't see no jukebox. I don't see no piano. I don't see no guitar. I don't see no drums. What does she do? What do you mean collab for what? To do skits? Nobody's messaging her for skits, dog. No. They messenger her, giving that email out to see what kind of business opportunities, you know what I mean? So when you see girls take pictures like this, right? We already know to afford a place that she's taking a picture like this at. A man paid for that. A man paid for that. And like I said, the sugar daddies, they don't, or the rappers or the dudes that be making money, they don't mind taking the pictures. They be like, "Oh, this is all I got to do for the girl. All right, I'm gonna just take this little pic right here. Boom, boom. Enjoy yourself, girl. As long as I get my payment at the end of the day." You know what I mean? And plus, you already know what type of time she on. Look at the description. She's in Las Vegas. So Brio, she's at Brio. She had Brio at Las Vegas. So you already know what kind of time she on. If you see women traveling to Las Vegas and it's like not there, she doesn't live there. She's there to sell. She's there to sell. If I'm talking about, you see, I gotta take a trip to Las Vegas real quick. We already know what she's there for. She's there to sell. You know, that's how that's low key how it works. This is one day I will show you the actual dark side, like the dark side, meaning I might even bring up the websites, even the websites that got shut down. I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I don't know if I can do that on YouTube, but I might have to show that side one day. But this is usually how it works. They'll put their email up here, DMs open for bookings, and you're like, bookings for what? What does she do? Like collabs for what? And how old is she? Oh, she just turned 23. Uh-oh. So yeah, so she already like she out there on her own. She out there on her own for real, for real. You know what I mean? And even even a lot of the even on like what these girls do now, they'll be on they'll put their whole location and everything. And I'd be like, like this is not smart. This is clearly not smart. And by the way, when you see an Instagram, by the way, this is how you know this is a 304 too. Like this is another this is in terms of an obvious sign. You can tell that she deleted a lot of the pictures that she had before she was 22. You can tell, like, because the amount of pictures that girls will just take of themselves, just in general, you already know. Like she had I'm talking about way more pictures. Oh, she's from Oregon. Yeah, she a hoe. That's not that is not even a question now. She a hoe, unfortunately. But I remember I did a reaction to the reason why I even had her on my search, because I did a reaction to her video. Let me see if I can find it. I did a remix to her video. I did a remix to one of her videos where she was talking nonsense. Let me see if I can find it. If I can't find it here, I'll just find it on my homepage real quick.
Not wait until you're right to everybody before you start speaking. You cannot wait until everybody believes in you before you start creating or chasing your dreams.
Where? That's not it. I'm gonna have to find it on my homepage because she was talking nonsense. Let me see this. By the way, follow me on Instagram real quick. The only there it is. Because she looks mad. Okay, you see those glammed up pictures be having these 304s looking different. This is what like it'd be a lot of those, unfortunately. This is why they be getting left at like, have you ever heard of those Instagram models? They be getting left at the airport. I promise you, this is the same woman. This is the same woman. But she's not glammed up, right? She makes sure when she on Instagram, she taking a picture, she makes sure her glasses are off. You know what I mean? When they not glammed up, they be looking mad normal. And people be like, damn, that looks way different than what she looked like on Instagram.
If you want to know who you're meant to be around and who you're meant to have in your life, pay.
Let me see. Right here. So okay. So I found my actual video. So I found my actual video right here.
If you want to know who you're meant to be around and who you're meant to have in your life, pay attention to who your inner child comes alive around. I promise you, your inner child is always, and I mean always, going to tell you when a person is for you or not. And I'm talking about like giggling, goofy, free inner child energy. Whoever that inner child likes to show up around, those are the type of people that you need in your life. If you want to know who you're meant to be around.
This is why 304s get easily played. This is why people even say like if you're a dude and you're good with kids, you'll be good with women. Meaning if you know how to the people that you're around, you know how to make them have fun and make stuff almost like kid-like, you can get basically any 304 you want because they're always talking about my inner child. I was like, when I heard this, I was like, this is terrible advice. I was like, this is terrible advice. Hold on for a second. Let me. This was my response to that video.
If you want to know who you're meant to be around and who you're meant to have in your life, pay attention to who your inner child comes alive around. I promise you, your inner child is always.
Nigga, that is horrible advice. And by the way, to the ninja that is leading her on right now, you ain't shit. Yeah, that was my response. So I was like, because when she made that video, because like women will make videos like this at the spur of the moment and think they're saying something deep, but really the actuality is like whoever her friends with benefits situation, whoever's doing that right now is leading her on crazy right now. And this will be happening. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, whatever dude that's leading her on with them jokes too and all that, hitting her up with that quote unquote Riz. I'm like, he ain't shit right now. Oh my God. Unfortunately, that girl, this is what you call like, here's the thing. Like a girl like that, like if she never had no tattoos, right? Or she never put herself out there in the game like that, meaning she didn't have to delete any of her posts from before she turned 22. If she did it the right way, she could have actually been with a dude that's worth something. You know what I mean? But this is a future cat lady. I'm looking at her. I'm like, yeah, she a future cat lady. But when you look at her page, you're like, her? See, when you're looking at her, because she's not glammed up, so you'd be like, why am I going hard at her right now? Pause, right? They'd be like, why am I going hard at her?
If you want
right
to
now?
know who you're meant to be around and who you're meant to have in your life.
But then you look at her page. You look at her page, and you're like, oh nah, but oh shoot, she might be a 9. She might be an 8. Nah. Well, people think this is what they're gonna get once they get her. They think they're gonna get. So when they DM her, they think they're gonna get this. They think they're gonna get this. But the actuality of the situation is they're going to get this.
If
you know what I mean? Night and day difference, right? So that disappointment when the man meets her for the first time, they'll be like, yeah, she's still pretty, but damn, then they're looking at the tattoos. It'll be fun being with her for like what, a month or so, but after that, especially when she starts talking, and on top of that, never mind. Let me not be disrespectful anymore. Let me stop being disrespectful. Let me stop being disrespectful, man. Anyway, let's go on Twitter. Let's go on Twitter, or let me check if I'm missing anything. Collabs, what does that mean? Collaborations. She's in the grad school of. Oh, I know. Sorry, I knew what you knew. What you? My bad on that. You know what that meant. Let me see. She's in the grad school of internet processing. What is her respectable persona? Nah, no. She's hiding that gut. That's what. I thought that was just me. I was like, she's hiding that. I be picking on that stuff too. I'll be like, man, mate, because I'll be like, sometimes I'm like, damn, maybe I do be negative or I be hating sometimes. But I'm like, I'm literally looking. I'm like, she hiding that gut, dog. Because I don't see no sports picture. I don't see no fitness. She hiding that gut. She's sucking it in. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. Let me look at her. Cause I'm literally I'm like, she hiding that gut low key, but I'm like, maybe it's just me. I'm like, maybe it's just me. Cause I'm looking at these pics. I'm like, oh, let me see which, like here, she's definitely hiding the gut right here. That's why she's wearing all black right there. And you're looking at the positions that she's putting herself in, right? Or you see where she's holding it right. You know what I mean? Yeah, you right. Like I'm like, maybe it's just I'm like, she's hiding that gut, dog. And maybe that can make me a hater. I'll take the L on that. But you and me are on the same page. I'm like, she hiding a gut. She definitely hiding it, which is not a bad thing, but the truth is the truth. She's hot. Yeah, when you see women like that with those jackets, overhaul on them, especially during those pics, you know, almost like, but like say she would, like, I know she's not hiding a pregnancy, obviously she's not, but she's definitely she's sucking it in. Because even like if she was an athlete, you'd be like, oh, she an athlete, and you could just be like, oh, this is an athlete. But I remember this is one picture that I saw. I'm like, oh, she hiding a gut. So like, yeah, girl. Okay, so let me. So when I just saw this photo right here, I just started thinking of Undead Chronic. So the Undead Chronic, he'll be doing stuff like this. He's like, okay, you see here, right here, and then he'll be using the cursor, ovaling the person's face when he's roasting them. That should be funny to me, man. Anyway. So when I see this picture right here, now when you're analyzing this picture, you know she's one bad breakup away from pulling a Georgia Smith, if you know what I'm saying. Like, have you seen like the before and after pictures of Georgia Smith? Like, remember Georgia Smith used to have a nice shape on her. Now she now Georgia Smith got some weight on her. But she's in that same boat. If somebody knocks her up, she's gonna blow up. If somebody knocks her up, she's gonna blow up. Let me see. Genesis mute. Do I know that? I think I know that guy. Or woman. Oh, never mind. So I thought that's a whole. First of all, this is a whole. She's this girl right here. This is a whole. She's alphabet mafia. She alphabet mafia. She a whole out, and I might have to make that connection there. Anyway, what's the other picture that I saw? Because I saw, okay, right here. When I saw this picture, I was like, she's hiding a gut. I don't know how I could tell just off this one picture. I don't know how I was able to tell, but I was like, I don't, because like I said, I'm a weirdo. Like I'm a weirdo. At the end of the day, if there's one thing that I'm consistently I'm a weirdo. I don't have a good social like presence. I'm not good at reading things socially. I'm not good at like talking socially and all that stuff. But unfortunately, I'd be watching people, and because I've watched people for so long, people just become too predictable. There are certain poses that people will make to hide certain features of themselves. You know what I mean? And when I'm looking at her, she's not an athlete. This is a girl that's just like, she just wakes up out of bed and then she's just on the thin side for now. You know what I mean? I don't know how I was able to just to tell off that one, thing, but and she got some dirty ass white white Air Forces on. Okay, I'm roasting her now. Nah, let me not do that. Let me not do that. Right there. And here, that's how you could tell. Like, this was pretty obvious to me right here. When you're looking at a pic like this, she's definitely hiding a gut, like a real gut. This is where she got a real gut right here, and she's not an athlete. Like you could tell when you're up on a woman, like if she played sports before or she's active in the gym, you can tell. Like you'll know. Or like say like if you've ever been active, if you know what I'm saying, with a woman that used to play sports, you can tell. You can tell. It's a different like you can see the muscle outlines that if she ever played sports before, you know what I mean? Like you'll know. But yeah, she's just she's like one bad breakup away, dog. I can tell. She's one bad breakup away, one bad situationship gone wrong. Definitely like if she gets pregnant, like she definitely gaining. She definitely gaining, man. Let me see if I miss anything up here. Stud in a yeah, I brought up I saw this because I keep seeing her. I even see her take a picture with her. I'm looking at him. My radar went off. And I was just like, yeah, this girl a stud. Said I grew up with a crazy, toxic group of ladies. They all do studs on IG using angles, filters, makeup, lighting, anything to enhance. I've literally seen these filter apps. It literally changes your whole face. It changes your whole face. So whatever woman that you're meeting up online and you meet her in real life, just expect it to be different. I'm talking about it's like the catfishing is so bad. Dude, I almost I messed up something so bad. Like I remember I invited a girl off of Instagram to one of the shows I was playing in. Mind you, that girl started off arguing with me via Instagram, and then she somehow like we ended just the conversation ended up. I'm like, wait, in the DM somehow. I don't know how that worked, but apparently she lived in North Connecticut. So I invited her to a show of mine because low key I liked what I see. I just didn't want to give her that credit. You know what I'm saying? So she came to my show and I didn't know it was her. And I ended up going to the wrong woman because I expected her to not match what she posted online. That's how messed up the game is. So I was just like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh. Anyway, that's awkward. But then I ended up actually meeting her, and she looked exactly like how she looked online. She looked exactly how she looked online. She was one of the rare people I met in my life where what she put online is exactly what she looks in real life. But that's how messed up. I already came to the situation expecting it to be like, she's probably lying. This is probably too good to be true. Yeah, right there. Portland, Oregon queen. Wish I was. Because as soon as I saw that Oregon hashtag in the woods, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, when she get pregnant, that's it. She gets pregnant, that's it. Because she's hiding her. She's definitely the type to fluctuate. But anyway, let me bring up Twitter real quick. Let me bring up Twitter. So before I start dropping these videos for tomorrow or today, whatever, I want to hear this. Also, I'm in a very messed up situation. I think somebody took my spot for a gig that I usually do every Thursday. I'm beat. I'm so beat on the money department on that end. Anyway. So usually like sometimes I'll invite people to my shows, but because I almost made a damn fool of myself. I ended up approaching this woman. I didn't even know like she was like way older. I was like, oh, you're definitely not the woman that I was, because she was looking at me during the show. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's the woman. But it ended up being like somebody else. And the actual girl, she actually came to the show. And she was exactly what she posted herself to be. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, damn, I didn't know there was, because she was in shape too. She was in shape. I think she brought her brother or something like that. It was a dude. It was a dude. Like she said she was gonna bring somebody. It wasn't her boyfriend, but I think she brought her brother or her cousin, somebody like that. But she, yo, she was. I was like, oh man, you're exactly who you put yourself to be on there. I was shocked. I was pleasantly shocked. Anyway, let's press play on here. So right here. Oh, okay. So let's talk. So you got here Joy. You have Joy Taylor at the bottom, and you have Brooke Taylor, I think, up top. But Joy Taylor at the bottom, she's like a uber feminist. Like she's like a uber feminist. That and she has like a show on FS1. But her and Taylor Rooks, I think her name is.
I don't want to date a man that doesn't have any female friends.
So right here, so there's this theme of women basically shaming men for not having female friends, which is the funniest thing. You're just like, no. You're literally telling these 304s like, no, I don't want any. There's no point in me having a female friend. But I'm talking about like today's women, like now they're like shaming dudes if you don't like if you're a man that said, nah, I don't have no female friends or whatever. They'll think something, I don't like, they'll start shaming you. Now, what's interesting, like with me, like I'll say like, no, I don't have any female friends, but they'll take like the young kids, they'll take it as, what, you don't know any, like, of course I have female acquaintances. There's women that I do music with literally all the time. Literally all the time. I'm doing music with women all the time. I'm like almost all the time, giving women opportunities, setting them up with gigs. Come on my gig, come in the studio. Do you want to help me out with this? Do you want? And I don't even be wanting to go 90% of the time anyway. Or I play co-ed soccer when I don't have to. It's like, bro, like people just act like I just don't like. If you just say you don't have any female, I don't. I just collab with them if need be, do business if need be, do activities. That doesn't mean they're my friends. You know what I mean? But this is the world that we're living in right now.
I don't want to date a man that doesn't have any female friendships.
Bingo.
I don't want to date a man who only gets input from other men and who has all women in two categories: your mother or your aunties, or someone I want to sleep with. You have to have a broader spectrum on women and their value in your life if you're going to be with me.
Totally. Well, first off, only getting information and opinions from other men sounds terrifying.
Terrifying.
So I encourage that to not be what anybody does ever, but you're totally right, because the more we keep talking about, can you have friends of the opposite sex, the more I start feeling like everybody is like primal animals in a zoo. You literally cannot physically be around someone of the opposite sex without just like your clothes.
Blah, blah, blah. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. It's always the same BS. Always the same BS. Fair use, by the way. Fair use, by the way. Fair use, by the way.
Those coming off. Like I don't do it. I don't, and I would never have any relationship that I'm ever in. Like I'm not going to tell my partner, you can't be around women, because if I feel like I have to tell you that, what does that say about what I think you're like when I'm not with you? That I can't trust you to be around women, that like platonically. I would say that says more about my choices and who I'm with, because I'm never going to feel like I have to control you or I have to monitor the friendships that you are in.
I don't want to date him.
Now, I have a message for those ladies. This is my new soundbite right here. I have a message for those ladies that be saying why you don't have no female friends. That's my answer right there. Whenever I told you this is gonna be my new soundbite. This is my soundbite right here. So whenever a woman starts shaming you about not having female friends and why you don't have female friends, don't even go into the you don't even have to explain why. Just say this. This is my new favorite soundbite right here. I felt this on I feel this soundbite on a spiritual level, man. Because people they will ask you these things, and you're just like, do you really want the answer? Like when you already know in your heart the answer why. I mean, you could call me all type of incels and all that. I don't even care about none of that. I had, that shit don't. They like you'll say this. Oh, my soundbite. Oh, ain't no soundbite. Oh shoot, no sound came from it. Hold on for a second. Let me see. No sound came from it. What? No. How is that possible? Wait, hold on for a second. No sound came from that sound bite. That's crazy. Let me see. Let me see. That's interesting. Let me put it on here real quick. Let me stop sharing the screen. Cause I let me see. Let me put the let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna play the soundbite one more time. I want to see if you guys can hear it in the chat. If once I do that again. Oh, my bad. I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened, guys. I am sorry. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. Because unfortunately on my YouTube, oh, wait, but it says my volume's up. Because usually on my YouTube, my volume is all the way low, but that's weird. So I'm gonna play the soundbite. I'm gonna play this video one more time. Let me see if just put a 1 in the chat if the sound works on this, and put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't work.
No, you don't force that for me. Come in and go answer that. Cause what you want to hear, if you the answer you want, you have to go and be for that.
So put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't work. Put a 1 in the chat if it does work. Oh, so it works. So okay, so the sound, did the sound bite? Okay, so the sound bite work now. Okay, so my bad on that end. I don't know why my thing didn't work. That's weird. That's weird, but that's gonna be my sound bite right there. that's my sound bite right here. It's one of my favorite sound bites. So basically, anytime somebody wants to have an explanation for me why I don't have any female friends.
No, you don't force that for me. Come in and go answer that. Cause what you want to hear, if you the answer you want, you have to go and be for that.
So that's gonna be my soundbite right there. That's gonna be my soundbite. That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite soundbite right now. Oh man, but I ruined the moment. But I gotta put a because I used to have a soundboard specifically for my videos, but I would connect my MIDI to Logic and I would have like all these audios. I would have all these audio sound bites waiting for me. I had like a church soundbite. You know, yeah, that's my. I'll tell you, this is my favorite soundbite right there. This is my favorite soundbite. That's my favorite. I got, man, Jamaicans. Yo, if any of you guys have the chance, I need you guys to watch those videos when the Jamaicans be playing dominoes. I'll be crying laughing when they win. How hard they be smacking the table. It's like no joke. They be smacking the table when they win. I used to watch these videos all the time. Man, let me see. This got to pop up on my search right here. Man, you got to when you see the Jamaicans, they be smacking on hard on the table. No, I'm talking about it's not even no joke. They be smacking that. So right here. Now I'll say this: Haitians be doing that too, though. Haitians be doing that too. But the Jamaicans, bro, they really. I'm talking about in real life. I've seen this in real life. They take that thing seriously. They used to be smacking the table. Like I remember when I first saw that in real life. But it wasn't just Jamaicans at the table. It was some Trinidadians, you know what I mean? Some Haitians, some Jamaicans. You know what I mean? It was like a mix. Man, they were talking hella reckless. Dude won that thing. He pushed he smacked the table. This was like, I think around like 10 years ago I saw this. I was shocked. I was like, I thought that this was just I thought this was just a joke. They really be smacking that table. Like I'm talking about the parody videos that you see of that. It's not even a parody. They really do that. Like they'll have the tournaments. This is my favorite right here. This is my favorite video right here.
Maestro, I can't take your baby now.
Blood clot! Jesus Christ! No, come on! Oh, God, man! Jesus Christ! Oh, God! No, man! No, sir!
That's the best one. This is the best one. This is easily. You said, I hope he wants him. Man, it don't even be it don't even be, well, I don't know, because with the tournaments are different. But I'm talking about like in the streets, they'll be doing that over like over gas money, dog. You'd be like, bruh, really? Carlos X said, I hope it's over some big money. Now in the tournaments, yeah, sorta, but I done see these people slapping the table. I'm talking about for gas money. Yo. That's probably the best. That's probably the best one. By the way, man, I gotta, you know what? I wish there was a way to hide my search because man, your YouTube be snitching on you on your recommended bar. Look, man, mint condition, they be having cuts, though. Oh man. Anyway, but that's how it be. That's how it be. I'm gonna put a I gotta put a I'm gonna
You don't.
I'm gonna clip this. I'm going to clip this. I'm definitely going to clip this. But anyway, man. Anyway. Let me see if I got one more video off of Twitter. Off my Twitter. Let's see if I have one more video of Twitter, then I'm gonna sign off. I be having some like Twitter. I try to stay off Twitter because it can be a set. Like Twitter's really a cesspool. I'm not even from the front. I really shouldn't be on it like it because it.
I don't want to date a man that
The stuff that
doesn't have any female friendships.
the stuff that they say is crazy. Let me see if I can find something real. Oh, right here. This I was supposed to do a video off this. Okay, so let me just look real quick. Okay, just to make sure. So right here, this is crazy. Oh my God, the stuff that is trending is crazy. Anyway, so right here, this is a young girl. This is the stuff that people don't want to talk about, especially when we're talking about pay for play. We're talking about how prostitution is now worldwide or basically mainstream. Right here, you got this young girl right here, unfortunately. The girls that you see, I'm not saying most of them, but a lot of girls that you see that they're going missing or they'll be like a sign of them missing. They'll be like 14, 15, 16 years old. People think that they got abducted, but a lot of the times they ran away. And when they ran away, unfortunately, they were out there in these streets selling tricks at 13, 14, 15 years old. Unfortunately, this stuff happens. So right here, I'm going to show you something people might find this a bit insensitive that I'm showing this. But we have to put this on the table because we hold young 13-year-old boys. Like if a 13-year-old boy committed a murder, they put that man in they put that dude in prison. They don't hold no. If that 13-year-old boy does a felony crime, they hold him accountable. Now, for some reason, when young women act like 304s, they just want to put that on. Oh, the dude shouldn't even be looking for her. Well, how about the men that are certain? We got young 304s out here. Unfortunately, this is what it is. So here you have a 15-year-old girl that allegedly went missing in Detroit. Now, when her mom or her family posted her being missing, somehow this girl was able to find out that her family put her on a missing poster, and she replied to it by twerking to it, basically making fun of the search efforts, right? So let me right here, let me turn the music off. So right here, she's basically making fun of it. She found the video of it, of the wanted post or whatever. So this is on her official Twitter. Look at what she wrote. She said, "I take my whole life as a joke." So she found that clip of that and started dancing, shaking her, you know what, to it. That's why I said people might find this insensitive because this is a 15-year-old. So right here, look at the tweet she made. "I take my whole life as a joke." Now, when I saw this, I said, "Oh, 1, 2, or 3 things happened." Well, first of all, she ran away. Second of all, she's probably selling tricks in the street. Number 3, she's probably holed up with a dude, meaning, and it's not like a little boyfriend that she ran away with, meaning the boyfriend is over 18 years old. This is very common, right? And whoever the boy is that's over 20 years old, 21 years old, that she's holed up with, you know what I'm saying? that's what be happening, you know, unfortunately with situations like that, especially when you're seeing like like just random, what it says, 13, 14, 15 years old girl missing. She's probably ran away herself and she's selling tricks on the street, or she's holed up with a boy, and that boy, quote unquote boy, is over 20 years old, unfortunately. So this was her response to this. She said, I take my whole life as a joke. I don't know if I can expand this tweet, right? And basically all the girls on here was like, bruh, what are you doing? And people are like, you got dudes and women on here like, yo, have some respect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And she basically sold herself to the game. So you see this tweet here. She said the amount of bookmarks. And I'm like, well, technically, I put this in my bookmark because I need this for the. Oh, actually, I didn't put this specific video on my bookmark. I was smart on that. I put, because what I wanted to highlight is this part. You had a woman up here. This is because I made this as the bookmark, not necessarily this specific tweet. I made this the bookmark because this is where this part went viral, where basically a woman up top, she said, you a weird ass little girl and an embarrassment to your mom, who's been all over my Facebook crying and looking for you. I've shared every post to help find your ass. Delete this. So this is the tweet that I found first. I promise you. I promise you. I'm not even joking with you. That's the tweet I found first before anything else. And I wanted to save that part just to show you, because you just looking off of her eyes off rip, just off rip, I already know she's turning tricks. People, for some weird reason, I know people don't like to talk about this because, oh, you talk about little girls. Like, bro, guys, it's 2024. We have to start having these conversations. We can't be afraid to say, yo, this is a little hoe right here. I was like, we can't be afraid to, because man, when I was at Home Depot, bro, when I was working at Home Depot, I kid you not, dog. This woman brought her family to, maybe I'm saying too much, but bottom line is she had a middle school age daughter that basically she revealed to me that people are already talking crazy about her, meaning boys are already talking crazy about her. She revealed this, right? And I was like, man, that's crazy. So one day she brought her family to work, her husband and all that. They all met her at her job. And when I saw her daughter and the stuff that I saw her do, particularly that day, I'm not going to tell you who she was eyeing or what she was eyeing, but when I saw her, I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. I was literally I literally looked at, I was like, that's not good. That's not good. Meaning she's already doing things that she's not supposed to be doing at 13, 14 years old. Now, for some weird reason, now obviously I didn't say anything to the woman because I'm working with her. I'm working with the mom. But we're not afraid to look at a 10-year-old boy and be like, yo, you little weird, horny little mother, get out of here. Right? We're not even afraid to tell a little boy, hey, don't be doing that shit. Or it'll be like, oh, you know, like them little dudes, they be doing weird fluffy stuff with their friends, and then you'd be like, hey, don't be doing that. You know what I mean? Now, for some reason, when little girls do that, even though that's not really a man's place, really the older moms, they need to be handling that, but the moms are not handling that stuff anymore. So you got these little 304s, they running wild. I'm talking about wild, unchecked, doing whatever the hell they want to do. And the moms ain't stopping nothing. Just letting you know. So don't be shocked. I'm talking about in the future, you're literally going to be seeing, like, you see how like now you're seeing girls going on these shows, 18, 19 years old, talking about already got 19, 20 bodies at age 18. I'm talking about, or you got girls that have, as soon as they turn 18, they start OnlyFans and they say, I've been wanting to do OnlyFans for years now. You'd be like, wait, so when you were like 15, you already wanted to do OnlyFans? These little girls out here are little hoes and they're running wild. I'm talking about they're running wild. And you see this girl's page. She said, I take my whole life as a joke. And she do. Oh no. You know what? I'm not even gonna scroll down. I'm not scrolling down. I already know how Twitter works. I'm not scrolling. I was gonna show you guys her page because I never seen her page before. I am not scrolling down. I know how Twitter works. Never mind. Let's see this girl, this older lady here that made the original tweet. Let's see if she's so this is unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe she didn't yeah, she probably don't. She not even messing with that girl no more. She ain't messing with that girl no more. She like, man, I know. She like, I know this little girl ain't making my friend looking crazy. That's crazy. Oh Lord. I hope YouTube didn't pick that up. But anyway, this is how it is now. You got because now you got, I'm talking about there are women now. I'm talking about as soon as they hit 18, they're already been through the ringer. I showed you that video of that girl talking about men believe me when I say I'm a homebody because when I was 14, I was living the life of a 21-year-old. I remember last year I was supposed to have an interview with this girl because she told me by the time she said, by the time I hit 13, she said, by the time I hit 13, I already know I only want to be fornicating with grown men. For her to come up with that solution at age 13, that means she was in the streets probably 3 to 2 years prior to that, which is very sad. To be quite honest with you, that's just sad as hell. But like I said, people are just not allowed to be like, yo, what are you wearing? Or yo, why are you hanging here? You're not allowed to check young women anymore. And really, that's not a man's place. It's really the women are supposed to be taken care of. So if a man says, yo, why is your daughter doing this? The first thing that people are gonna say to the man, why are you looking? Why are you taking? So this is what this is what is going on right now. But said New Jack Swing, mint condition though. I'll say, king of I don't know who's the king of New Jack Swing. That would probably be like I'll Be Sure and those guys. Let me see. Oh man, let me see. He said, "All right, well, yeah, but X can be a bit addicting. At least Instagram, I'll just, if I feel like I've been on Instagram too long, I'll just come out. But Twitter can be a cesspool, dog, like a real cesspool. She's going to have to show us her pay for play ID. But like I said, there are plenty of women that when they did stripping, they were stripping underage, but they had a fake ID and they wanted to do it. Now, when I say like that, yo, they wanted to do it, people are going to think there's something wrong with me. So men are not even allowed to say it. And women just don't call out women for being 304s until it's too late, until it affects them. So you're literally having an epidemic of young 304s, meaning public young 304s where they're just like out in the public, like you just saw here with this young lady. Now, people go say, hey, people wrong for bookmarking this or her original video. But I'm like, look, she literally putting herself to the game. You know, well, I'm gonna have to start monitoring. I don't know how to say that. I got to put eyes on these dudes now because she decided to sell herself to the game. Now I got to reprimand ninjas for paying for that. When she putting herself to the game, yes, it's wrong, but she wants to be a part of the game. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? He said, no, that's real. There were some deletions in Oregon last year, mostly protests and runaways and scary stuff. Yeah, a lot of the time when you talk about those runaway girls, those girls that are missing, a lot of the times they're not abducted. A lot of times they ran away and they turning tricks, or they ran away. They decided to start an OnlyFans, stuff like that. He said they clapping too. Yep, unfortunately. He said, does she not know that she can get doxxed? Like I said, well, her Twitter, it literally says, I don't take my life seriously. And like I told you, I clicked on her profile because I was just like, let me see if she's gonna have any more crazy ass tweets. But then bro, let me show you this again. This is how I knew. I was like, actually, let me not. So as soon as I clicked her profile, look at the bottom. It said, y'all, OMG, keep sucking. I'm like, oh no. She done posted something reckless about herself. I was like, oh no. Nope. Let me hit back. Let me hit back. As soon as I was about to just scroll, and I could have lost my whole YouTube page. Lose my whole YouTube page over this. So this girl is on, like I said, this girl is already on demon time at 15. I'm talking about she's part of the dark side, meaning the dark side at 15. Now, the mom, who's a failure, obviously, but that's another thing people can't be afraid to say. But the failure of a mom now is like, man, I should have reprimanded her when I had the chance. But like I said, like the moms or the older women, they don't do that to the younger women anymore. So these like younger women right now are just out here being reckless. I'm just talking about reckless. I'm really like, now that there's no way, like, I don't know how people could be like a counselor or a teacher with these kids. Now, I saw like a video with it was a black girl at one of those schools, and she maced the teacher because he wanted her to put her phone away. And I knew a girl like that in my middle school. She was one grade younger than me. That same type of attitude, felt like nobody can do nothing to her or whatnot. And I think if she grew up at this time, she would have done the exact same thing. because back even at least 10 to 12 years ago, before like the real advent of the stuff you can do on your smartphones, there was still a little bit of respect left, but whew, if she grew up today, she would have done the exact same thing, spraying mace. How you spraying mace on your teacher, and just like over a phone? Like I knew a girl in my orchestra class in high school. Like she'd be on her phone all the time, but she always had to give it. Like when you got to give up your phone, you got to give up your phone if you on it too much. So she had to give up her phone. So she would just, so what was the orchestra teacher would be like, I caught you on your phone again, give it up. She had to give it up. You know what I mean? That's how man. He said, I saw it when I used to interview families and young moms at a previous job. Discipline your kids doing it. Say no every once in a while. No, you should not wear that. It's look, man. I say this. This is what I tell people, especially the women in my life, bro. I'd be like, look, I'm 5'7", 145. I used to be an athlete. Right now, I'm trust me, I'm not. The best I can do is run away. So whatever attention you bringing on yourself, I ain't finna protect you. So you need to be careful. You need to be careful. And by the way, I'm not walking you to the gas station either in front of all these ninjas. So please be careful. That's what I do. That's what I do. Because we can't be acting stupid no more. Because like you said, you interviewing these young moms, but the young moms are young thoughts as well. Like the moms don't stop thoughting it. Like just because she becomes a mom doesn't mean she like I said, like the woman today, if you tell her she can't go to the club, she'll cry, dog. The attire, even like the attire that women wear to Christian churches. I'm talking about. I done seen like I know there's a piano player I know that I met, and I saw a video of him. I think last year on Easter. Sure, I'm putting too much information out there. Anyway, I'm putting way too much information. Anyway, his video, like, well, his page is pretty popular. I don't know if I don't want to put him out there, but he's oh man, I'm putting way too much out there. The girl that was in front of him singing with the other women, the outfit she was wearing, bro, that was a club dress she was wearing, dog, and you could see all the curves, dog. And I was like, how was he even concentrating while he playing? There's no like, even though that happens to me all the time, but like I'll be actually at a club, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about the clubs that I'm talking about the women that I've played for have worn more conservative dresses than I've seen these church singers be wearing, dog. I'm talking about the people the women that I've played for, the women that I've seen at bars and clubs wearing way more conservative attire than what you see the praise and worship team wearing. You'll be like, you'll be like, what is she doing? Hey, like nobody, but like I said, nobody can tell them nothing, because if you tell them like, yo, you might want to cover up, they'll literally be like, why are you even looking? So I'm like, but I'm like saying, if the guy was really a perv, right? Would he not say anything? Wouldn't he just let it go and just be like, yeah, it's cool, let me just enjoy the show? But they rather the dudes just enjoy the show, but like it's almost that you can look but not touch, this type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, bruh. it's always that kind of dynamic. You can look but not touch. It's always that kind of weird dynamic that we have in our culture. Like what they're doing now, basically, what they're gonna do, in my opinion, this is what they're gonna do. Where, like, say if they ever made pay for play like legal, meaning you could go to a brothel, they have it right now where basically the female escorts don't get arrested, they arrest the Johns. But the female escorts are the participants too. They just arrest the Johns, even though the female escort is doing something illegal as well. It's the weirdest, like it's cuckoo land. What they're doing, it's like, there's no way I could live in a country like this where they're arresting the Johns, but not the escorts that's selling the. How does that work? He said, I know a homie had a girlfriend who he didn't know she was underage, and her mom found out about where she went and he had to kick her out and block her. Yeah, like I said, women lie up. Like, I hope I still got that video. I hope I still have that video. I hope I still have that video. I hope I still have that video because I know I don't know. I think some of you already saw it, but I hope I still have that video of that girl lying about her age to that guy. Let's see here. I have to still have that video. There's no way. Oh man. Do I still? Oh man, I'll say this. I gotta do this guy here. Look, man. So guys like him. So these are the people that be talking about, the real pay for play, the real pay. Like I'm talking about the real. We talk about Backpage and these. Well, Backpage got shut down a while back, but we talk about these sites. You know what I mean? Like these like Red Pill Luffy. This guy, Red Pill Luffy. I don't know if you see this guy on the screen right here. He talks about the real dark side, the real dark side. I think people should watch these things. You must watch it, but we'll come back. We'll come back to that later. I gotta find the actual video. Man. Oh, right here. Here we go. So this right here. And I'm just gonna let it play.
Land on heads, you gotta kiss me on the cheek. If land on tails, I get to grab your ass.
No, wait, hey, stop the fucking video. Stop the video, nigga. She's 13. She's 13.
No, I'm not. Land on heads, you gotta kiss me on the cheek. If land on tails, I get to grab your ass.
No, wait, hey, stop the fucking video. Stop the video, nigga. She's 13. She's 13.
No, I'm not. Land on heads, you gotta kiss me on the cheek.
Now, we know there are girls like out here like this that like to play these games, right? But if you say something about it, they think you wrong. They think you're wrong. He said Instagram is a bootleg Backpage. Instagram is basically Backpage for celebrities. That's what it is. It's just a high-end version of. It's basically a high-end version of Backpage for celebrities. That's all Instagram is. This is why you're not like, if you tell the girl to delete her Instagram, she's going to cry. She's not gonna delete her Instagram. The most she's gonna do is probably delete some pictures for you, but she's not finna just delete her Instagram, please. But people, like I say, we know girls like this exist. We know this, but like I said, if you call them out or you say something about it, or just talk about it in passing, people are gonna think something like, oh, there's something wrong with you. But we know there's girls that do these things, because girls already know at that age they start experimenting, meaning they start experimenting on the attention that they just get for free from men, because their body's going through changes, whatever. So this is why when people talk about sexual experience between the average man and the average woman, it's two different worlds. By the time that girl hits, unfortunately, 10, 11, 12, if you ask a girl, when's the first time a man ever hollered at you, she's always going to say, unfortunately, 11 years old, 12 years old, unfortunately. And what happens is, once a lot of women, once they get that attention early, they start seeing how far they can go with it. They try to see how far they can go with it, whether it be for good or bad, but mostly it's for mischievous ideas. You know what I mean? So people like to act like this stuff doesn't happen, but it's actually really common. And people, when stuff like that, people can't act like this is not a possibility, that we can be dealing with a young 304 out here trying to ruin lives. There is never a possibility that we could be dealing with a young 304 trying to ruin people's lives, because they know they have this attention. They're starting to get this attention from men because they don't really know how old the girl is really, or they probably maybe they know, but a lot of them they don't know, so they see how far they can go with it. Then they start going to these college parties. They start going to these high school parties when they're not supposed to. They start going to the clubs with fake IDs. This is why I said any girl that ever had a fake ID in her life, she's on demon time. That's a girl that that's a girl you cannot trust. You can't put a ring on the finger of a girl that ever had a fake ID in her life. Because what's the point of having a fake? What's the point of having a fake ID? What's the point? What's the point of having a fake ID? Oh, I just wanted to be at the bar and drink. You could do that at home, especially when you're dealing with like because Caucasian women will say this all the time. Oh, I just wanted to get drunk. No. Your parents got plenty of liquor, plenty. You could have literally just went to the basement, tell your parents to leave you alone while you and your friends get blackout drunk at your own house. You got the toilets right there when you guys want to throw up and all that. No. You there at the bar so you can see what kind of attention you can get from grown men. Bottom line. And that's you was on demon time. You was trying to see what kind of attention you can garner. Where do you rank up in the marketplace? But like I said, women are not going to admit stuff like this. They're not going to admit it, but it's implied. It's implied. They don't need to spell it out for me. I already know what's going on. And what ends up happening is because they're experimenting, they're being goofy, they're trying to see, then they end up getting caught up they get caught up. A lot of them get caught up in an uncomfortable situation where they can't escape or they can't run away or they can't get out of something because they're in over their head. And people give them excuses for that. But like I said, I know young men that end up dealing drugs when I'm talking about when they're 8, 9 years old dealing drugs and they get in over their head. They end up owning a gun too early. They get caught committing a crime. They say that's unfortunate. The courts say that's unfortunate. That's sad. I know you 12, 13 years old, but you had a gun. You should know better. I'm gonna give you this felony 25 years for possession of a stolen firearm. You'll be eligible for probation in 12 years. Dismissed. They don't care. They don't care if it's a young man. But and we already know young men are capable of debauchery. But here we say, oh, women mature faster than men. Women are smarter than men and all this stuff. They mature faster. Yet with these young 304s out here, they always have an excuse. Like they always have an excuse for young 304s acting like a 304. No, I think if you want to actually change things, you should start punishing young 304s for 304ing. So then we could mitigate cases like Matarisa just went through, where you got a young 304 who was 17 at the time when she went to that college party, talking about, oh, people was taking advantage of her, but then they found video footage of her where she already had slept with Matt before she even went into the house where allegedly she got taken advantage of, where they have video of her literally telling dudes that if they don't sleep with her, they're gay. 17-year-old girl doing that, right? And then having a train ran on her by random football players. And the only reason why she started talking about, oh, I got taken advantage of, is because her friends found out what she was doing at that party. And you already know if the friends found out you was a 304, people are going to start finding out you were 304. That is going to spread around, and she didn't want that to get spread around. Let me put a case on this ninja since he's in the NFL. This is what so if we start calling out young 304s instead of shaming dudes for saying, look, I think this is a young 304 out here. Technically, when I'm just me calling it out, I'm putting myself on the line because people are going to look at me differently anyways. But like I said, men, well, I always say this, men can't be afraid to take that step anyways. But I felt like if men weren't such cowards on that end, we wouldn't have to be dealing with a case like Matarisa, where this dude almost lost his whole future over a young 304. She didn't tell nobody, like her age. She was there on demon time. He said, yeah, that'll be the day. I deleted my last IG last year, and the only people who questioned why were women. Don't you want to keep all your pictures? They couldn't believe I could delete it. Yeah, I remember like my first Instagram, I deleted that. Oh, like in 2016 or 2017. I think 2017. Because I had an Instagram before that. And like if you even mentioned like deleting your social media, like women would be like, oh my God. There's no way I would do something like that. I'm like, of course you wouldn't. Carlos said, same reason that modern women don't go to gay clubs today. Exactly. I'm like, so if they talk about, I just want to dance. I'm like, you got salsa classes, you got all types of, dude, you got there's Zumba classes with you got the Zumba class, you got all types of stuff. No, you want to be at the club because you want to be around grown men and see where you rank. See if you can get chose. See how far you can go. You on that same time. No different than the trannies that be trying to that don't tell men who they are, and then be shocked when the dude finds out and they get hurt. They be shocked. You can't be playing with dudes like that, dog. You can't do that. Like I said, it's the same type of demon time. Same type of demon time. But like I said,
land on Tez, I get to grab your ass.
No, wait, hey, stop the fucking video. Stop the video, nigga. She's 13. She's 13.
No, I'm not.
Land on heads, you
I done seen something like this happen before though in real life. Where somebody like you'll call somebody out on their age and they're not supposed to be somewhere. And no, they'll just they'll do that. And I'm like, what type of time? Yo, and because unfortunately, because like I said, we always talk about men have needs, physical needs as well. Women have physical needs as well. And that manifests, and those needs will manifest itself even just as early as those young boys. So people will be shocked when you'll see certain women, they'll do things. You'll be like, why? Or you'll find a woman like at an alley by herself. I'm like, why? What are you doing at an alley? What are you doing out there by yourself? Do you know where you are? But the same way men will put themselves in goofy situations just to get laid or something, same applies for women. Same applies for women. Trust me on that end. And that doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter the age on that end. They'll put themselves in goofy situations because they have their own needs, but they can't admit that themselves, or people are going to start calling them Tatianas and all that stuff. But we got to understand these are the things that happen. But like I said, when it comes to women, we want to put kid gloves on it, but and all this stuff about what they call it, victim blaming and whatnot, right? Victim blaming when certain things happen, and just because you'll have questions on a certain event, you'll be like, they'll call you a victim blamer, Well, unfortunately, like because of these labels and stuff like that, it's because of that, because of that, we've actually put women in more danger, especially when we got these women will leave the United States and they get kidnapped right away. They get trafficked right away. They get into trouble with the law right away. Why? Because we handle these people with kid gloves in the United States. You got the girl in Dubai that went to jail for talking loud, and she don't understand. Like you, these cultures. Or how about this? That girl that couple that went viral, right? That young couple that went to India, and unfortunately the woman got taken advantage of. She don't understand. They got a real grape culture over in India. Like they got grape culture in India. Meaning, I'm talking about it was dudes under that story. Hold on for a second. This tweet just proved everything that I was just saying right here. This tweet right here. This tweet right here just proved everything that I was just saying. I'm talking about India got a grape culture. They have a real, I'm talking about problem with that. Meaning, I'm talking about dudes will literally be like, you can't go to India by yourself. They'll tell the girls that they like if they're going to India, like they'll be like, don't go to India. Don't go to that part of the, just don't, because it's not going to be good for you. Now, how about this here? Remember, I keep telling you, girls be losing their virginity at 13 and 12. I've been trying to tell people this. Look at this. Look at this tweet. I remember I was supposed to do a video on this. Here you have a random strag. Uh-oh. Okay, so if I open up her page, it better not be no. Okay. All right, I'm not even gonna scroll down on her. So here you got a typical strag, right here. She already look at her eyes are already lifeless. So yeah, her eyes are lifeless, dog. Like anybody that's dealing with that, good luck, right? But I told you, I keep saying the woman that I know, they keep saying, "Oh, 13, I lost my virginity." I keep telling you, I keep hearing 13, but the way that how normies operate, they operate like, okay, most of these dudes lost their virginity at 18 or 16, and the women lost theirs at 18. When the actuality is, there's a lot of Gen Z men that are going on 25. I'm talking about 24, 25, still haven't even had a kiss. And then at the opposite end, you have the Gen Z woman, they already lost their V card 12, 13 years old. This is the imbalance that I'm talking about, the average 13-year-old. So much so, by the time most Gen Z women had hit 16, more than half of them are already sexually active. Like I'm talking about regularly sexually active. This is the imbalance that we have in the dating market. You know what I mean? This is the stuff. Wow. So somebody came up with a formula for body count. Her age minus 18 times 7 bodies per year equals the body count. That's an interesting calculation. So say if you're dealing with the average the average 21-year-old girl of today. 21 minus 18. That's 3 times. Times. So that would be 3 times. That would be because per year. So I'm assuming the year part is starting when she was sexually active. So that means if she's 21, she spent about 8 years on the sexual marketplace. So 8 times 7. So wait. 7 bodies a year. So yeah, that'll be 56. So ooh, yikes. Maybe they just mean 7 bodies. So that'll be 3 times 7, 21. So yeah, you can't be surprised. Like if you meet the average 21-year-old and she already has 21 bodies. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds, but he's saying 7 sexual partners a year. So yeah, you can't be surprised if the average 21-year-old today has like 21. Yeah. Why would you date a dude that is a well-known abuser? Because he's not boring. He's not boring. Said they are being programmed to be obsessed with adventure and danger. Women are the new criminals who will fill prisons. Yep. The new scam artists. It was mostly men. Now it's going to be, I'm talking about in the future, it's going to be a whole lot of female scam artists. Selling something, meaning they're going to be, I'm talking about, there's going to be a lot of females being charged with fraud in the future. So Indian men are flagrantly pervy in a lot of these videos I've seen on X. See, yep. Like with the I saw that video of that reporter when she got like groped by like all those men when the lights came off. And she was like, hey. Like people don't like, whew. And I'm talking about you don't even like in India, you don't even have to be pretty. You don't even have to be pretty. It's just not safe for a woman to be outside in India. In certain places. That's why people be talking about grape culture. I'm like, not in college. Talking about grape culture in college, man. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. This is what, like, me personally, I'm like, nah. I gotta disagree with that. Like, I'm like, I have to disagree with it because I just know there's literally places where women cannot even be outside. Meaning they can't even be outside. I'm talking about they're covered up. They can't be outside. Meanwhile, you got girls joking about, if you don't give me attention, the guys at the gas station will. I'm like, oh my God. Like they have, like, women have zero clue. First of all, the laws, particularly the laws that Caucasian men put to protect their women, and the stuff that they're saying, the stuff that Caucasian women are saying about Caucasian men now, it's like, if I was a Caucasian man, I'd feel betrayed, like really betrayed. Like the stuff that Caucasian men implemented was to keep the average broad safe. If I was those dudes in the past, I'd be rolling in my grave. The stuff that women will say now, the places that American women travel to, and they think everywhere else is like America, they have no clue, dog. They have no clue. I'm talking about they have no clue. And the audacity to when these 304s get caught to start talking about he took advantage of me. The audacity of these 304s to put that label on dudes. The audacity to call American men grape apologists just because you have questions. If you're just like, something's off about this situation. They have no clue. They have no clue, dog. You know, but you know, like I said, it is what it is on that end. They you know, it is what it is, man. By the way, even they're like, I'd be an asshole about it too, because this is what conservatives do. What conservatives do, what they do is, when women talk about grape culture, like what they'll do is they'll be nice about it. They'll be like, they'll be like, do you know the freedoms that we have in this country? But women don't care about that. I just put it in the woman's face. I'd be like, nah, that's on y'all. Because I always say it like this. Okay, Say you're right. We have a grape culture, right? Who are the people that are being charged with grape, right? Who are getting the most accusations? Say all the accusations are right. Who are getting all the accusations? The frat boys, the athletes, and whoever's popular on campus. Now, and alcohol is always is literally 90. They said 90% of the time alcohol is involved. Now, who are the people that the women flock to? Who they party with? What they party with? Alcohol, the frat boys, and athletes. That's what they do. Now, you're saying that is a great culture, but you seem to be always going to these people. So that's what I do. I put it right back in their face on that end. I'm like, okay, say you right. How come you guys always go to these people to the so-called if those stats were true, if it was really 1 in 4, right? I wouldn't even have my daughter be going on college campus, and I'll be like, and it'll be pretty clear, and I'll be like, okay, since it's the frat boys and athletes and all that. But like I said, women seem to like to go to these guys in droves. I never hear nobody part of the chess club, right? Or the fencing club talking about they got taken advantage of. No, it's always somebody, a frat boy is always somebody that had alcohol, always some kind of misunderstanding, some athlete. It's always these people or whoever's the popular guy is on the floor. It's always those guys. Man, that's what I do. I put it right back in their face when they start talking about grape culture. I don't even go into the stats. I just be like, okay, you right. But who are the people that women be going to? Who do they party with? The pastors? Stop. Seem to always be at the and you even talk about the places where these alleged things happen. It's always at a frat house, a sorority house, outside of a frat house, outside of the locker room. It's all the places that they like to go to. So it's like, what do you want me to do about it? That's what I do. I put it right back in their face because I'm getting tired of this stuff. All these bending backwards for 304s that the average man has to do is in America. It's absolutely ridiculous. They think way too highly of themselves. Way too highly of themselves. See, they gravitate towards Rough Riders, bad boy culture, but of course won't admit it. My friend sells nose candy mostly because he constantly gets laid by. Exactly. I forgot about the drug dealers. They get the most punani out of everybody. They get the most out of more than the high school and college athletes. These are the people that they be around. I'm talking about they'll be all up in. I'm talking about people's houses that they don't know, just for some weed or for some blow. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about they be in people's houses they don't know. They'll travel state lines, and then talking about we in a great. Stop, please. They'll do that too, and you know I'll even give you a like and then they'll be like the average guy that's trying to do well, or even if it'll be a guy that's attracted to them. I'm sorry, a guy that they find attractive, and they'll make fun of the guy for asking for consent. They'll make fun of the guy. You know, like, because now the guy's growing up, they'll be like, yo, is this okay if I do this to you? And they'll laugh in the guy's face, and they just don't understand the I'm talking about they'll laugh right in your face if you ask a girl, hey, is this okay if we do this? If you actually ask for consent, The woman will make fun of you for doing that. Meaning, oh, women don't even want to hear that shit. So so this is why I don't even go into the when we talk about grape culture and all that stuff. I don't even go into the statistics. I'd be like, I low key just be like, look, do you guys what do you want here? Because I will literally ask them, so where do these things happen? Who do these things? And they will literally list the people that they be hanging around with, that they gravitate towards. They complain about lions, but love to be in the lion's den. This is what they do. Let me see. I'm glad Faithful and play stupid games, win stupid prizes is catching on. That's what I do. Like me personally, I would even like that stuff. Like I've literally seen jocks go out their way and tell girls that they know, yo, don't go to this party. I've seen jocks go out their way and literally tell a girl, look, hey, don't go to this party. She go anyway. Then she come back crying. I'm so like the stuff like they always want to be in these situations. They think they can handle it, and then all of a sudden, if something happens, oh, I froze. No. Nope. I'm talking about, I know popular dudes that went out their way to tell girls, look, you don't want to go to this party. Yep, and like you'll be that guy, and you know she's attracted to you, and then you'll ask for like you'll do something goofy like that because it's really goofy to do that. But woman, they'll say these she must you must ask for consent. But when it's like, let's be for real, when you're in the thralls of it, you're not doing all that. But unfortunately, you got these guys who are, oh, okay, whatever it is to make you happy, and then they'll do that, and then the girl will make fun of the guy for doing that, and they don't even have the empathy to appreciate that. They don't even have the empathy to appreciate that. They have zero empathy to appreciate that. They know these things. They'll talk about these things always happen at parties and where alcohol is involved. But they'll be like, I'll take my chances. But anyway, I'm about to. Carlos X says, I have made fun of strippers for asking for consent to sit on my lap at the rack. And both times they got all offended. I'm like, I'm 40 plus, go ahead. So yeah, this is true. Like you'll even have now, you got barbers now. They gotta ask for consent to touch people's head. It's just straight clown world. The problem is because we take women seriously when they say certain things. And I know that kind of sounds messed up the way I said it, but when it comes to these, when women talk, we're not really supposed to make these things law because they're not being honest. They're not like when they declare certain things, they're not being completely honest about what it is. When she's talking about all that consent and all this stuff, what she's trying to do is she's trying to scare the average man from approaching her. But she's still going to miss the attention anyways. She thinks like the average woman thinks by doing stuff like this, barking at men and doing all this crazy stuff, they think that they can like filter through men like it's a shop, it's like a shopping site. You just hit filter and then you get the product that you want. It doesn't work that way. that's what they think. That's how they think how it works. But when you say no, men must do this, and all men are going to receive that message, including the Chads and the Tyrones, and including the men with money, and including the men with means, including the men that have options out here, including the men that are active in the social scene. They're going to take note. You know what I mean? So they don't have the vision, you know, to see that. But anyway, oh my God, I'm at the 4-hour mark. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize. All right, I'm at the 4-hour mark. I gotta sign off on this. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on that. And prostitution is mainstream. Thank you, Carlos X. Thank you, Pyro. AJ for checking in earlier. Thank you, man. Angel, thank you, man. Man, y'all was active in the chat. Damn. Educated Tyrone, thank you, brother. Yeah, you guys are Paradox. He said, I guess Adin Ross is a plant. Adin Ross is a plant, by the way. Adin Ross is a plant. He's a plant. I'm pretty sure I'll just do a little simple research on him. IP, thank you, brother, for checking in. And I'm going to sign off on this end. Carlos X, thank you, bro. I'm gonna make them sign. They gonna stop messing with you if you start. Because if you actually start giving them consent forms, they gonna be like, they're not even gonna sign it. They're either gonna first of all, the ones that sign it, they're gonna be laughing at you the whole time. But like I said, none of them have the empathy to be like, I understand. I know this is goofy, but I've never heard one woman say, yeah, this is too much, but I get it. This is how you know. This is how you know. This is why you shouldn't even be listening to women on stuff like this. This is why, because none of them have the empathy to be like, I know this is too much, but I understand. If a woman crosses the street, as a man, when we see a woman cross the street, when they see us, if they're a little bit scared or they cross the street when they see us, we'd be like, yeah, that's too much, but I get it. Or if a girl that carries a mace with her, we'd be like, that's goofy, but I get it. It's a dangerous world. You know what I mean? But like I said, they don't even have the empathy to do that. So I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys. Thank you, man. Have a great rest of your week. You same to you too, Carlos X. Thank you. And I'm gonna sign off on this here. See you later, Pyro. So I'm probably gonna see you soon off AJ channel. So shout out to you guys. Thank you. Take care.